longest. Since I've been 18, I've been in, 10, 12 serious relationships? I mean, what are the odds, really, of meeting that many screwed up women in a row? What kind of sick thread runs through the... I don't know.
My most recent...
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
There is a day I celebrate. It's called Cinco de Mayo. C-I-N-C.
Oh, we got to be faster, don't we?
This is working really well so far.
We have to try that again.
Okay.
Let's try it again.
I think the guy that started with the first C hung on a little.
Yeah,
too
you
long.
hung on too long.
That's a quarter note, Thelonious.
That's out of habit.
He egomaniac.
I didn't realize. Okay.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
This is going to be good.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. It's already fabulous.
Oh, it's fabulous.
In the car on the way down, I thought, wow, is this a heck of an idea? Here we go. There is a day I celebrate. It's called Cinco de Mayo. C-I-N-C-O. C-I-N-C-O. C-I-N-C.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes whistling down the plain.
Excuse me.
Sure smells sweet and raining wheat.
That was good. That was a little additional stuff.
Well, first of all,
I'm singing.
Kavanaugh took my end.
I'm singing too many.
Come on, Kavanaugh.
I don't trust everybody.
Poor Judd is dead. That's my end, damn it.
I apologize.
Start over.
And I think I got
Friends with the Surrey.
He got my C also, so I don't even know why I'm singing.
Surrey with the fringe on top.
Thinking
It
about
takes a
that.
lot of discipline.
Are we doing this again?
That blank
Yes,
zoo.
we are. We're doing the
blank zoo's coming to mind right now.
Remember some of the songs that didn't make it to Oklahoma? Shirley Jones, what a piece. Oh, boy.
They did. That's actually in the movie.
Yeah, it's the
on
DVD.
Yes.
What a piece, Shirley Jones. What a piece. Nice and snug.
Also, I think they have the more Scotch Gordon McRae. Yep, bet on the ponies, Gordy.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Where were
You don't need the song anymore.
Sure we do.
All
Cinco
right.
de Mayo.
All right.
No.
Should we try to do it this way?
This time, nothing can go wrong.
Okay, this time I'll try to behave myself. All right, here we go. There is a day I celebrate. It's called Cinco de Mayo. C-I-N-C.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
And Cinco is its name.
Try to get it right.
I don't
Chick,
think...
you're not playing along.
As long as we continue to go this way, I don't think we're ever going to get through the song.
God.
If I have to keep this class after school...
What's your problem? Step up, bitch. Are you in my face? Are you in my face?
All I'm saying is that I didn't see anywhere on there where it says,
right.
oh, what a beautiful morning
Okay.
on there.
All right, I'll do it right this time, I promise.
I knew it was going to be danger giving him the last letter.
Oh.
And
Oh, I got to go. Oh.
Oh. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to do.
Okay, try it a cappella.
But with
Maybe we should try
Try it a
run
cappella.
through.
Let's do it a cappella one time.
C-I.
In the ghetto.
Oh, little baby child is born in the ghetto.
So I'll do it right this time. Go ahead.
I
Acapella.
forgot who I was dealing with here.
Acapella, go ahead.
So far, Christy and Bob are the only ones who are...
Aren't we always the only two that
I'll
stop.
play
This is going
along?
to happen.
I'll do it right. Chick, you promise to do it right?
I promise.
Bob?
Oh, I've been doing
He's
the
been doing
C.
it
Okay.
absolutely perfectly.
I mean, I've got
Second C.
I have the toughest part in the whole song.
Someday you'll have the first C, but for now, you're a second C.
I wanted to change the seating so that Bob would get the O, because I know I can trust him.
Oh, you're wrong.
Once again, Tim Kavanaugh and Unsync with the Cinco de Mayo tribute. Go ahead.
Here we go. We're going to try this again.
Okay.
This time cannot fail. I didn't realize there are 5 damn verses to this thing. This is going to be a
that's
train
turned
wreck.
into
Here
it.
we go. There is a date I celebrate. It's called Cinco de Mayo. C-I-N-C.
Oh.
C-I-N-C.
Oh.
C-I-N-C. Oh, Cinco is its name.
Touch me, heal me.
Thank you, Tim Kavanaugh.
Cinco de Mayo is the only we can celebrate. Hi there. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
Cinco de Mayo 2020. Hello, Tom.
Chick.
Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Josh.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Ace.
Chick.
Josh is somewhat disgruntled because, hello, Pat.
Hi, Chick. I have on the same shirt as Josh.
Again?
Yeah,
It's a contest.
we're gonna have to start texting.
Synchronization on Cinco.
yes. Who wore it better?
Oh, boy.
Guess
Josh
the-
wears it better.
No,
That's creepy.
Jess Hooker will check in. Kostaki Akanama. Roy Wood Jr. will talk. And Andy Kindler.
My goodness.
All today on the big Cinco de Mayo
Murderers Row.
show. More stars than there are in the heavens.
We began with Tim Cavanaugh's Cinco de Mayo tribute. Cinco de Mayo, not the Mexican 4th of July, as is often said.
I think you're wrong.
I have a
I want to
wig
go
bag.
back to it, yeah.
Chris Z
We were happily oblivious
sent
to
me this.
the Z-Pack, they call his family.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Zazinator.
I think Christy yesterday said
Yes.
Cinco de Mayo was just made up by local Mexican restaurants in the USA.
Chi-Chi's? Yeah.
I think that's what Pat and I said.
Cinco de Mayo commemorates the Mexican victory in the Battle of Puebla, May 5th, 1862.
That's more than one Pueblo, right? Puebla?
Yes.
I think it's a girl Pueblo.
Yeah, but that's when Chi-Chi started. Didn't you know that?
Okay. Didn't they?
Affordable chips and
Yeah.
salsa.
Did
yeah.
course.
Chi-Chi? They're the ones that made this a big deal, right?
I think so.
Chi-Chi's with
Delicious chips and salsa.
And I
reasonable
miss the
price.
chimichanga at Chi-Chi's.
This says the undermanned and underarmed Mexican army scored a much-needed victory against the French in the town of Puebla. It was almost immediately declared a national
I
holiday.
like the way you fall into an accent. when you say
Puebla.
It is, by the way, it is not the most celebrated Mexican holiday. It is, in fact, an official one with reenactments every year near Mexico City's International Airport. It ends, please educate yourself.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's good to know. But for some reason, that's the biggest celebration of Mexico here in the States. So have a nice Cinco de Mayo. I know at my house it is Taco Tuesday because, as you know, Cinco de Mayo always falls on a Tuesday.
That is not true.
Much like what?
It's always the first
I mean,
Tuesday
it's
of the month.
It's
isn't it?
just, it's just a coincidence.
It's
that-
like Christmas falls on a Sunday, right? That's
a
Every
coincidence.
Sunday.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, very good.
New Year's Eve on a Friday.
Yeah. Now we have some interesting stuff in the world of sports, actually. And we got a world record.
David Rush.
Again?
Yeah, it's a good one too.
Again. Let's just
My
get him
goodness.
a chair and bring him in here.
We have
Never bring him in.
Yeah, he could just stand there in the corner and do world records during the show every
What
day.
an irritating look at me.
We helped him with one of his records with the balloons. I'd love to have him in
Lord.
here. Idaho's finest. And of course, we have
thought he
news
was
about.
Michigan.
Tiger King, Tiger King.
Yes, Tiger King.
King, Tiger
If this is what I heard, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's great. It's good news. Hang on.
There's a reason this guy's never had a TV series.
Yeah, and of course,
Larry King, Larry King.
we have
Why is that one so much louder than the other one?
it's some technical
Okay.
issue. I really can't be in charge of that.
All right.
And a bunch of your requests, you can reach us worldwide. We are found Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We would love to hear if we've got some great requests coming up. Yeah, and
And a passing of a giant in the National Football League. And if I had one, I had 1,000. Are you still going to do your Don Shula impersonation? You done right, I am.
one of the greats
I'm up here in heaven
Graduate
to
of,
organize things.
of John Carroll University, University Heights, Ohio.
He played defensive back for the Browns.
He was a Redskin.
He was a Redskin for a while.
He was also a Baltimore Colt. Is that
Yep,
correct?
couldn't keep a
Okay.
job. Yep, that's
The
right.
one player you guys can agree on.
We have a special Don Shula report coming up a little bit later.
Still celebrated the 17-0 season.
Once again, Pat Godwin at a remote location.
Wearing the identical shirt that Josh.
I'm going to change on break here. I have my wardrobe closet just to the left.
Oh, great.
That one looks like you ironed it.
No, I have
flannel.
I do the Sinatra. I steam it in the shower.
Oh,
I steam it in the shower.
that's a Sinatra thing?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, does that mean you're going to do your Sinatra impression for us at some point this morning?
I didn't bring it up for that reason, but of course I
You
will.
punch somebody before you come on the air?
Hey,
Maybe you could do the Sinatra song where he talks about how he loves his aviary.
I love that
you
one.
debuted a week or two ago.
I would be glad to do that one. That's my new favorite one.
Well, I'm not aware of what this is. Can you grab your guitar and do it right now? Or is
Yes.
it?
Well, it's
do it
on
right
the
now.
piano. It's on the piano, Tom.
Well,
And it
give
would
me a
take
tinky.
He
me.
loves his birds, Sinatra.
It would take. Jeez, it's gonna take me. It's gonna take me a second or two, Tom. They're vamp.
Okay. Oh well. Do we need to set this up with some
I'm
kind
glad
of a
we've
news
got
story?
him right there, ready to go.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Was Sinatra in the news with involving birds? By the way, Did you guys get the pictures of the eagle that's living near my house?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
cool. as
stunning,
heck.
stunning photos of an Airy with the baby
Yes,
in
the
there.
baby's big.
One of my neighbors took
Really
these pictures.
something.
There's a beautiful, the white bald head American eagle with eaglets. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
You can see the mom and the pop eagle. They're just spectacular. It's right.
Yeah.
It's probably maybe 2,000 yards from where we're sitting right now.
What are they called? Baby eagles?
Eaglets?
Are they eaglets? I don't know. I don't know much about birds. We do have,
I think they are, because I was reading this article about Frank Sinatra and how he loved all birds.
All birds.
Yes, and he collected many of them.
I did not know that.
And
Yeah.
Pat wrote a song about it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. At the latter part of his life, he was a huge bird fanatic.
Ornithologist.
Yes, yeah. Part of the Audubon Society.
Tom
and,
has whipped him into, you're going to set everything up.
Hey,
Wait a minute. Coming up.
who's
we do
that
have-
talking while I'm trying to sing?
Oh, sorry, Frank. We have a story about the increase in bird watching during the
Yes.
quarantine coming
Well,
up.
that fits nicely with this little tune if you'd ever let me do it.
Okay, go ahead, Frank.
Egrets. I've had a few. And a cockatoo who needed attention. I put them in a kind of zoo. But they didn't like that form of detention. They want to live a life that's full and crap on cars on the highway. So I opened up their little cages and I let them fly away. Thank you very much.
By the way, before you go to your respective jobs or you look at your families this morning and say, you know, Frank Sinatra was a big bird guy. He had,
Yeah.
I want you to know.
They want a whole.
You made that up, right?
This all stemmed from me texting Pat Godwin the phrase, egrets, I've had a few. And then he ran with it.
Yeah, okay.
We had the giggles.
Yeah.
We actually do have a legit news
Yes.
story today.
Bird watching's been soaring in popularity thanks to the coronavirus.
We'll get to that coming up. It's
Yep.
very exciting. Also, we have this. I'm very excited about this. Dog news, alligator news, camel news. A word I can probably pronounce if I really focus.
Bioluminescent.
Bioluminescent news involving the ocean, which is pretty cool. Raccoon news, chicken news, and NFL news, of course. Tiger King update, marijuana news. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the world and a lot of bad stuff, of course, but we'll cover it all. Now, the teaser, we do have NFL news coming up. It's pretty interesting, including those international games that had been planned by the NFL. Right now, I want to remind you that one of our most requested pieces here in the Bob and Tom Show is a song called You're There. And it's about a couple in which
During regular times.
yes, in which,
Normal times.
yeah, there's someone that's there just a little too often. You know, I love you, but need some space. That's why I'm bringing this up, because the Raycon earbuds will give you that space, because they can shut out the rest of the world and you can bring in whatever you want. For example, perhaps this show, or perhaps your favorite music. Maybe you're into yacht rock. Nothing's better, by the way, than some really heavy metal with the Raycons in there. Or perhaps hip-hop is your thing, whatever that may be. For example, Snoop Dogg, a big fan. Chick McGee, a huge fan of the Raycon wireless earbuds, the new E25's best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a compact design. They've also got those,
I love them.
I keep forgetting the name, the tips, the rubber. You can adjust them so they fit your ears perfectly.
Ear holes.
Ear holes. They won't fall out like the white ones keep doing. I know. I recently had to help someone in the Myrtle looking for one of those white ear things. I'm not kidding. Wireless options, sure, there's a bunch of them out there. Raycon's half the price, twice the quality. Check them out by going to buyraycon.com/Tom to get 15% off. That's 15% off. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/Tom. And can I mention the Raycon contest coming up?
I think you can.
Well, I will later.
Okay.
But don't go anywhere. We've got some cool Raycon news. You could win a pair of Raycon earbuds. They're the best. Once again, by the way, it's buyraycon.com/Tom. BobandTom.com. BobandTom at BobandTom.com. Email us from wherever you are in the world. You want to know what's going on. Got some great requests coming up today. So we'd love to hear from you. Whatever you're doing, let us know. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you on a Tuesday. It is Cinco de Mayo, everybody. May 5th, 2020. We're here live in studio. Got a great show for you today. Glad you could join us on Cinco de Mayo. More coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mick Jagger was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night. Not as a musician, though. He appeared in a fake old-timey newsreel segment. In it, a British announcer shames him into putting down his guitar and doing some work. Jagger's seen doing things like cooking and making repairs, as well as sheep herding and gardening. Meanwhile, the real musical guest on Fallon was Annie Lennox. Tom Hanks says for those graduating college this year, the term BC means before coronavirus. The Oscar-winning actor made a surprise appearance at a virtual graduation for a student at Wright State University's Department of Theater, Dance, and Motion Pictures over the weekend. Hanks says students graduating now are, quote, the chosen ones, because they started in the, quote, olden times, before life was complicated by COVID-19. And there seems to be no stopping the Joe Exotic saga, and it has pulled movie actor Nicolas Cage into the mix. Cage will be doing his first TV series, starring in a miniseries about the colorful wild animal owner featured in the Netflix Tiger King series. The 8-part series will be done by Imagine Television Studios and CBS TV Studios. No word on who will end up airing the project. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I own a 3-foot ruler.
Oh.
Wow.
Got it at a yard sale.
Makes sense.
That's almost not worth the energy to laugh at.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Ross Bennett, and you're listening to Bob and Tom every day, 24 hours a day, nonstop. It's always going to be here, and I can't sleep.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it. Comedian Bruce Clark is our guest.
How about that Pictionary? You ever play that game?
Pictionary?
Sure. Yeah.
That's
We
good.
almost got in a fist fight over that, didn't we, Chick?
Yeah, we
Hey,
sure did.
and you play with your friends. They're always drunk too. You know, all your buddies are always loaded up. Playing there. I get this phrase. I draw it. You know, they're hey, how about a guy frying his own penis? How about that? You know, what the hell's the matter with you?
That's in Pictionary.
Idiot. It's Peter Pan, you idiot. Right in front of you here, you moron.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
Photography. You know, people don't go. Yeah, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling. Hi, welcome back. You caught us out at a party. 620 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's got bangs. She's got a nose.
She bang. She bang.
No, wait a minute. I didn't mean, no, that came out all wrong.
That's okay.
It's Christy Lee with a weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers early, clouds late. Look for a high of 54. Cloudy overnight down to 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine Wednesday, high 60. Currently 50 degrees.
Thank you very much. Be listening for your shot at $1,000 coming up on Q95. Thank you very much. Yes, welcome back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Glad to be here. Home of the track phone hotline. That hotline's going to ring a lot today. We've got Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos, Roy Wood Jr., Andy Kindler, all expected to call us on the track phone hotline. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, Chick McGee's across the way. It's the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Ask your favorite liquor store or grocer to start carrying the Crazy Cock wine, if you please. Find out more at crazycockwine.com. Josh was wearing the same shirt as Pat Godwin. Pat's at a different location. You went to the closet and changed, Pat.
Of course.
I was all right with it.
Oh, no, just
That's a better color on you anyway.
throw it up a little. Oh, thank you.
Now, Ace Cosby, of course, is our engineer. He is the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day, brought to you by our buddy Steven Singer at Steven Singer. I'm sorry, at IHateStevenSinger.com. How many days till Mother's Day?
Well, it's Sunday, so let's count down. 5.
Can you remember anything?
Not really. Mother's Day. Okay, so you got to get your jewelry order in today. We'll talk about that in a second. That is Christy Lee over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Now, we do have some NFL stuff coming up.
Did you say I was at the crazycockwine.com?
Yes,
you
I
did.
Okay. Quite at great length, actually.
Yeah.
Nag me.
Yeah.
Show just started.
Oh, I can nag.
I know. Listen, she slips it right on like a well-worn sweater.
Just comes natural. Now, we do have some actual sports news of interest.
Well, the entire civilized world is watching a documentary series on ESPN called The Last Stand. It's about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls in 1998 when they pushed for their second of their three-peats when Phil Jackson was told he would not be returning the next season. And Michael Jordan has been interviewed extensively during this process. They aired parts 5 and 6 on Sunday night. And much has been made for Michael being interviewed smoking a cigar. And apparently the upcoming episodes, you will not see Michael smoking a cigar during the interviews because his mom got upset with him for smoking cigars. And he has refused to smoke any more cigars because he doesn't want his mom mad at him.
Good for him.
Okay. all
He's
right.
a good boy.
Well, good
See?
for him.
No word on yet why his eyes are the color of a highlighter and drinking expensive bourbon and expensive tequila while being interviewed. But he's Michael Jordan. He can do whatever he wants. Am I right on this?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Sorry to bother you. Okay. Hey, Don Shula passed away. The NFL coach. No one had a better year. He was undefeated with the Dolphins back in '72. He beat a little outfit called the Washington Redskins in Super Bowl VII. Shula led the Dolphins, the only perfect season in NFL history, and set a league record with 347 wins and coached in 6 Super Bowls. He reached the playoffs in 4 decades, coached 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Johnny Unitas, Bob Greasy.
Yeah, you don't want to touch him.
And Dan Marino. There he he was on the competition.
One of the greats. He's again a graduate of John Carroll University, great Jesuit college, University Heights, Ohio. I Okay with you?
It's all right with me.
Sorry, just slip a little fact in there. Sorry.
What?
Did you go to John Carroll?
No, my mother was a trustee
Oh,
there.
well, there you go. How tidy that is.
No,
Okay.
I just every once in a while I meet someone that went there. It's a great place. My cousin Mark's a teacher there. So,
good Lord. Hey, let's do something that's interesting. The NFL has decided to move their international games back to the United States stadiums this year.
the way God intended.
For obvious reasons.
USA.
All
USA.
5 regular season games, which had been scheduled for London and Mexico City, will be played in the stadiums of the host teams: Jaguars, Falcons, Dolphins, and Cardinals. The NFL said that in order for the entire season to be played in NFL team stadiums with, stadia.
Yes, that's right.
That's exactly
Is that the plural, really?
No. That's what it says here, and that's what we're doing.
It really,
Yes,
see.
it
Okay.
really does. Yeah. Under consistent protocols focused on the well-being of players, personnel, and blah, blah, blah. Commissioner Goodell made this decision after consulting with clubs, national and local governments, Players Association, medical authorities, and international stadium
Or does
partners.
that sound like it was written as a press release?
Christopher Halpin, NFL Executive Vice President, said the league looks forward to returning to the games of both countries in 2021, if those countries still exist in 2020.
Now, were you guys going to go to this? Or no, you guys were going to go to the baseball
game. Cards, Cubs in London.
Okay.
I think Twickenham. 2 home games for the Jaguars scheduled at Wembley Stadium in London, and 2 at Tottenham's new facility with the Falcons and Dolphins. Cardinals were to be the home team for the game at Azteca Stadium in Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico City.
Well, yeah, don't drink the Gatorade. That's what they say.
No.
Mexico City? I thought that was
Mexico City.
the only thing you're supposed to drink.
Oh, sorry.
In Mexico was
Got confused.
was
So the only expats this season are Brady and Gronk.
That's right.
That's it. No more international football.
Expats.
Yes.
Brady and Gronk.
Was it last year or the year before that wasn't the field so bad they had to cancel the game anyway?
Yes, Mexico City, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope they can play him here the way things are going. God knows.
Yeah.
with
fans, but who knows?
Speaking of live sports around the world, we have some. South Korea's Professional Baseball League is starting their new season without fans in the stands. The Pro Soccer League will kick off under similar conditions coming Friday. Professional Baseball League kicked off on Tuesday, which was their yesterday minus 18.
Yes, we got you.
Because the country reported the lowest daily increase in virus cases since February 18, continuing a downward trend as the country restarts pro sports and prepares to reopen schools. ESPN does indeed air some of those games in the middle of the night. If you're really starved for live sports, you can watch Korean professional baseball in the middle of the night on ESPN.
Sorry, honey, you're gonna have to do it alone. I'm gonna watch the Korean Death Hornets tonight.
Murder
Hornets. I'm sorry.
Boy, that really got traction yesterday. People are crazy about it because they're convinced 2020 is the end of time. And Murder Hornets fits perfectly.
Yeah, if you didn't hear the story of these, this is real. They've attacked a bunch of beehives in the Northwest, including in Canada.
They decapitate honeybees.
Thousands of them. And these things, they have like a 2-inch stinger. It's like a flying mouse.
Have you seen the defense that the honeybees have developed?
No, what is that?
This is true. The murder hornet will get into the hive, and all the honeybees will surround it, and they start shaking. They start shivering themselves so violently that it creates heat, and they essentially cook the murder hornet as it's in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're hoping that all the honeybees will develop this tactic.
That's cool.
It's happened at a couple hives in Japan.
Now, was that going on at a honeybee institute of investigative pest research? Or?
Yeah. This is serious business. I mean, these things.
Yeah,
are
if we
really
don't have
invasive.
honeybees, we're screwed, right?
Yep.
Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah.
But I love the name Murder Hornets.
It
would be such a great name for a baseball team, minor league baseball team, because no one's going to screw around with the Murder Hornets. That sounds serious. I wanted to squeeze in a special request here.
We have the Trash Pandas.
We have. I was talking yesterday about. I was working with my invisible fence. Mm-hmm. As you know, I have a number of dogs.
Can we get that on video next time? You shocking and
And for those of you
Piss in
not
your
familiar with the
pants.
invisible fence, it's a special collar, and it has you have to change the batteries every couple months. But I was changing the batteries. The way it works is to test it. You go near where the fence is, and it beeps, and the dogs learn this, and then they stay away, and it keeps them. However, I found out that my hearing, I've apparently lost whatever frequency that is.
Yeah.
You're wondering, how did I find that out? Well, I walked up to where the thing was. Oh, this one must be broken. I just put a fresh battery in it. This must be broken. I don't hear the beeps. Then I grabbed it and immediately got shocked, like an idiot.
Every time I watch anything, I see on the caption phone ringing. I don't hear it.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so that reminded me of, and not just me, but we have this.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
This special request that's kind of like an invisible fence. It's just a little bit different.
Does this scene sound familiar at your house?
Hey, honey, can I have some more OJ, please?
Sure, dear. Say, have you seen your father this morning?
I think he's still in bed, isn't he?
No, I was just up there. He's gone.
Oh, no, not again.
Hey, get out of the way, you kook! Where's my cereal bowl? I want scrambled eggs. I remember when all this was just farmland because... Get out, hippies! The old gray mare just ain't what she used to be.
Dad, come here, Dad. Hey, get back in the yard, Dad.
Michael, I thought I told you were grounded. You're not watching Ed Sullivan tonight, mister. Wait, where's my World's Fair spoon? I remember when... Commies!
Oh, Dad.
Is Grandpa running round here and there? Is he out in the yard in just his underwear? Don't let him wander away. It's invisible. This thing'll make him stay. It's the invisible leash.
There comes a time in all our lives when we have to take care of the loved ones that took care of us. If you can't afford the cost of an expensive nursing home and you have no other relatives to send them to, you need the Invisible Leash. The Invisible Leash is an attractive addition to any elderly loved one's wardrobe. It can be worn as a necklace, a lovely bracelet, or as an ankle restraint. But it's not just a handsome accessory. It's an electronically activated shock device, which issues an attention-getting and yet basically harmless 125-volt zap to Grandma or Grandpa whenever they try to go out of the yard. Let's see how the Invisible Leash could change this situation.
Hey, honey, have you seen Dad?
I think he's out in the yard.
He'll be back.
All right, Private, let's go show those Krauts who's the boss. Come on, boys, follow me. Dad, where are the keys to my Packard? Kids, we're going to Coney Island. Pile it. Mommy. Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
That's more like it. Good night, Dad.
Who the hell are you?
What are you waiting for? Stop chasing your parents all over the neighborhood. Get the Invisible Leash today. Available at finer pharmacies and pet stores everywhere. Not recommended for seniors with pacemakers. Warning, Invisible Leash may be affected by certain remote controls and garage door openers. Consult your owner's manual. Dewy or rain-soaked lawns may cause sudden death. These are MasterCard.
Is Grandpa streaking down the boulevard? And did Grandma in the neighbor's yard? You don't have to call a cop. It's invisible. Just one zap and they'll stop. It's Invisible Leash.
See, there you go. Once again,
what was Grandma doing in the neighbor's yard?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Got this nice note with regard to the invisible fence. As I mentioned earlier, I was changing the batteries in mine, and I went to check it, and I thought, oh, it must be broken. Then I grabbed it and immediately got zapped because I can't hear the beeping. Got this a note here. My father was the first invisible fence installer in southeastern United States. After 25 years, he could no longer hear the beeping.
Oh.
The only way he could check was by feeling the shock.
Oh.
By the time he retired, he was so used to it, he couldn't even feel that. So, yikes. Thank you very much for the letter. We'll get some more requests in here. Once again, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Where are you? What are you doing? We'd love to hear from you. Now we return to Chick McGee at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Tell your local grocer or liquor store, hey, I want Crazy Cock wine.
That's right. It's time now for a new feature in sports, Dear Chick.
Oh, how about this?
This is...
Wait a second. Wait.
Huh?
Pat Godwin, we need a theme song.
for Dear Chick
Dear
in
Chick.
sport.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe you could write it right now.
Dear Chick.
Perhaps based on the Dear Abby
sports or
song.
Or what's on Tom's digital mail.
Dear Chick is a new feature on the show.
Yeah.
It's like that. Second verse, same as the first.
First, okay. Hi, my name's Chad Applegate. I live in northern Illinois. I'm a truck driver. I don't remember how this came up, but a while back, talk on the show about the Chevy Volt. And for some reason, Chick would yell, Chevy Volt, every time someone would say Chevy Volt. I think we all remember the laugh.
One of our guys has a Chevy Volt.
Yeah. So naturally, Chad started doing it himself. Whenever he would see Chevy Volts on the highway, he thought it was funny. He would laugh, et cetera, et cetera. Fast forward to just a few months ago, I applied for a new job and was called in to take a road test with a trainer. Everything going fine. Then I see one of those Chevy Volts, and I scream as I'm being tested, Chevy Volt! Well, before I could stop myself, the trainer said nothing, so I let it go. I didn't say anything. So it happened twice more during the road test, and when it was over, the trainer shook my hand and told me they'd be in touch. A couple weeks later, I received a letter from the company. They included a copy of the trainer's report. The comment line, drives fine, but may have issues with road rage, especially against people who own Chevy Volts. I was not hired.
Oh, no.
Thought you'd find this amusing and avid. Well, thank you, Chad.
So it's like on this show when someone says something about a fish, we all go, fish.
Yeah, we've got nothing better than a running joke.
A lot of random stupidity on this program. I feel bad.
Keeps us going.
Probably for the best this guy wasn't hired because obviously that's a company of a jackass.
That's right. All form, no content. That's our rule.
Bunch of humorless pricks that can't take a joke.
Well,
what the hell? Who wants to work for those guys?
Oh, I didn't hear that coming.
There are more drivers. There's plenty of gigs for high quality drivers. They don't have to work for those jackasses.
Chevy Volt!
There you go. What, nothing negative about the Chevy Volt? We always say that because one of our guys is a big Chevy Volt guy.
Yep.
And they were giving them away on some TV show.
It's a Chevy Volt?
Yeah, it's a Chevy Volt.
Now, we have more sports coming up.
That's a new... Hold on, Chick. I got something for you. That's a new feature on the show. We call it Dear Chick. The song's not long-winded. It's over real quick. Dear Chick. There you go.
Like that.
That was great, Pat.
Write that down, Pat.
More live sports returning. I'll tell you which one coming up, and a world record when we come back.
And alligators, dogs,
Lions,
lotteries,
tigers,
Darth Vader in the news, raccoons, birds, Tiger King news coming up. I want to remind you also coming up, when is it again?
Mother's Day?
Yeah, that's right.
Sunday.
Okay. So this year it's on a Sunday. Good.
Yeah, just like every year.
Now, our sports desk is over there.
Right
and over
here.
there you can see Ace Cosby. He is the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day, brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. You'll find out more at IHateStevenSinger.com. I remind you of this because right now we live in a world of, speaking of great drivers, delivery drivers delivering all kinds of stuff, especially packages. Now, unfortunately, these days, those packages contain, well, I guess you could say fortunately, but yeah, they're more practical than not. Oh, the case of Lysol came. More toilet paper. Oh, great. My new mop's here. That kind of stuff. But wouldn't it be cool if one of those packages had some jewelry in it or maybe a gold-dipped rose? That's what I'm talking about. Steven Singer's in the love business, and you got to love your mom. Think of all the moms out there. She's a mom, she's a mom, she's a mom. How about getting them something nice by going to IHateStevenSinger.com? Of course, Steven Singer's also supporting independent restaurants with a special project that he's got going in which when you purchase a mint green rose or a frozen white rose dipped in gold or any of Steven's other signature colors, you're sending love to the moms in your life and supporting restaurants and also thanking essential workers. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you how this works. You go to IHateStevenSinger.com, and if you order by 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that would be tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, by the way, free and touchless delivery, and it will arrive in time for Mother's Day. That's the plan. I would do it today because the the trucks are full and things are
Just to be safe.
Yeah,
of course.
So I would do it right now. In fact, go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Perhaps a gold dipped rose, or I think bracelets.
I was on there yesterday. I was looking at some things, and there was a really nice comment from one of our listeners saying he heard about us on the Bob and Tom, heard about Steven Singer on the Bob and Tom show, bought a gift for his wife, and she loved it.
Okay, well, he should have waited till Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is going to come right. He's going to, honey, you remember that? Nope. Just saying. Just saying. IHateStevenSinger.com. Check it out, and I would get that done right now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, bracelets, because all this hand washing and everything. Now, when we come back, we have some cool requests and world record news.
Yep.
Very excited. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hey, Mark Allison with you, rolling through a Tuesday. It is May 5th. That's right, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you. Hope you've got some great plans, maybe some sort of home recipe for a margarita. No salt for me, thanks. On the way, correspondent Jess Hooker via Zoom. The Economonologues with the biggest name in comedy, Kostaki Economopoulos. And also later, comedian Andy Kindler via Zoom. All via Zoom, because we're maintaining our safe and social distancing here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Don Shula, by wins and losses, no NFL coach did better. Miami Dolphin team officials say Coach Shula died at his home yesterday. He was 90 years old. He led the Dolphins to the only perfect season in NFL history and set a league record with 347 wins and coached in 6 Super Bowls. And the NFL is moving its 5 games scheduled for London and Mexico City this season back to United States stadiums because of the virus. All 5 regular season games will be played at the stadiums of the host teams. Scheduled were 2 home games for Jacksonville at Wembley and 2 at Tottenham's facility. Falcons and Dolphins will be the hosts. And South Korea's Professional Baseball League is starting its new season without fans in the stands. The Pro Soccer League will kick off under similar conditions on Friday. That's because the country reported its lowest daily increase in virus cases since February 18th. And live golf will return to television later this month. Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson headline a $3 million charity match on May 17th. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I heard one over the weekend. What do you call a hippie's wife?
I don't know what.
Mississippi.
Why don't you, Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
She said, "You look handsome today, dear." He heard, "I just bought something really expensive." He said, "Are you having an affair?" She heard, "'Cause I am, and it's great." She said, do I look fat in these pants? He heard, do you ever want to have sex again? He said, you look great in those pants. She heard, I am totally trained. She said, it was fun visiting your mother. He heard, you owe me big time. He said, I bought you something from Victoria's Secret. She heard, and could you wear this bag over your head too? She said, was it good for you? He heard, because I hope someone had fun. She said, we need to talk. He heard, you need a lawyer. He said, would you mind squeezing the toothpaste from the bottom? She heard, do you mind living with an anal retentive neurotic? She said, you were snoring again last night. He heard, do you have to breathe? He said, I'm thinking about buying a motorcycle. She heard, I'm in the mood for a big fight. She said, would you go clothes shopping with me? He heard, can I pull your fingernails out with pliers? He said, I thought our waitress was very nice. She heard, I'll be thinking about her during sex. She said, this commercial is so beautiful. He heard, I'm getting my period. He said, let's try something new tonight. She heard, let's see if you're double jointed. She said, do you mind not watching football? He heard, do you mind if I chop off your
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Okay, a bar owner goes up to the bartender and he says, hey, have you been sleeping with the waitress? And he says, no. And he says, good.
646 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
The 10-second forecast comes to us from Christy Lee.
Showers, cloudy later, high 54.
Don't approve of that. That's
sorry.
Very nice.
That's miserable out.
There we go. Welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Let's go to our remote location. First off, there's Pat Godwin.
Hi.
Hair slicked back. You're looking like Jimmy Hoffa, being held hostage, growing a little beard there.
Chaz Palminteri guy.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Now, I turn that way and I see the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom with Christy Lee ensconced
Hi, everybody.
in there, all by herself. Hey, Christy, how are you? Then across the way, that's no ordinary sports desk. It's the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Hey, go to your grocer, go to your liquor stores. Hey, I want Crazy Cock Wine. That's right.
What is that?
It's the sound of a crazy cock. crazycockwine.com. Where was I? Oh, that's Josh making the crazycockwine.com new jingle.
That's right.
Once again, it goes.
It's already been disapproved.
Okay, there you go. Already rejected by the client. Okay, good. Ace Cosby, of course, over there, getting ready for the Ace Cosby joke of the day. This is Tom speaking, and have I covered everybody? I think so.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Coming up, guests, Andy Kindler, Roy Wood Jr., Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos.
Boy, oh boy.
But right now,
wow.
We. By the way, in your request, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Back to Chick McGee.
Live golf returning. He was talking fast, wasn't he? Live golf returning to TV later this month. Rory, Mcilroy, and Dustin Johnson headline a $3 million charity match on May 17th. They'll be partners against Ricky Fowler and Matthew Wolf, the Wolf Man, in a skins match called Tailor Made Driving Relief. All the money goes to virus relief. And McIlroy and Johnson will be playing for the American Nurses Foundation, while the Oklahoma State alumni team will be playing for the CDC Foundation. The match will be played at the Seminole Golf Club in Juneau Beach, Florida, and it will be televised.
Chick, did you know some nurses are guys?
What is wrong with you?
What? Well, that'll help. Thanks, Josh.
What?
I'm just telling you. Just be warned out there.
Now, Yesterday we had a pretty interesting story. Jordan Spieth was playing in a charity tournament, and he had a hole in one.
He speeds softly and carries a big stick.
He had a hole in one, but it popped out because a lot of golf courses now have this. The holes are kind of semi-filled with, so
the shallow.
Yeah, it's
shallow, Jerry.
It's really weird.
You didn't tell me the hole was shallow.
Do you know how this works, Christy?
Not exactly, but I have found that also a couple of the golf courses are actually have the hole not even open.
Yeah.
And that you hit the pin, basically.
Man, oh, man.
Yeah.
So it's a gimme. You just fire that.
Right.
But he's counting it himself, right? He said, I'm going to count this as a...
His was filled a little bit, so it did actually go in the hole.
Well, in the hole, but then it's because it's got a
Bounced out.
shallower thing. So anyway, I just thought it was rather... Well, you know what this is like, Josh. You, of course, were denied hole-in-one on your prom date, as I recall from the description.
Yeah, I had to settle for... No, all right, well.
The old Biden shuffle.
Okay. Oh. Hey, look what I found. Stupid world record. David Rush, bang him back.
What'd he do?
The fastest time to bounce 5 ping pong balls into 5-pint glasses.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's amazing. You've got to see this.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
Have you seen it?
I don't care.
Sounds ridiculous.
Got his hand down, got the ball, just boom, 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 boom.
Rush wrote on his website that he first broke the record on December 31st, 2018, while at dinner. Boy, I bet he's a great dinner guest. At the famous...
Let's take all the fun out of beer pongs.
Yeah. El Avion, that means, of course, the Bird restaurant in Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica, with a time of 3.51 seconds. What? Come on.
Yeah, it's amazing.
After his record was broken with a time of 2.81 seconds, he decided to reclaim the title. His attempt was a success, sinking the ping pong balls into each glass.
Did you see that
5 of them in 2.03 seconds.
He won 5 goldfish.
Oh,
Did he really?
how about that?
Nice.
And they're now all dead. All 5.
Oh, sure.
All 5 are dead.
I hope he goes for the I'm going to sit still challenge.
That's never going to happen.
Or I'm going to leave the world alone for a couple weeks challenge.
Does he ever just chill, maybe watch the sunset, relax, stay off Instagram, just get a record for not doing any record? He's a hardworking guy. I applaud him. Thank you very much, David Rush.
And that's sports.
He doesn't have the record, though, for the most records yet, does he? Isn't that what he's going for?
I think so.
Is that what he's going for?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
He's got to be close, right?
Yeah, I think there's a record for that, and he's slowly approaching that. Is that sports?
Yeah. How about that guy with the longest fingernails? Boy,
Oh, man, they really curl under.
That's creepy.
really disgusting.
How does that guy wipe himself?
No idea.
Hey, speaking of that, how's your toenails?
They're talon-like. I've got
Really?
to get. I
You
keep
still
wanting to
haven't
see
done
my
anything?
feet. I've been out of time. I haven't had time to take care of this.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy, do something.
Well, no,
Stop it.
we got a request I want to get in there. This is the number 1 request here in the Bob and Tom Show.
Number 1.
With a bullet?
Yeah, it's well, if you have a bullet, you might be able to take care of this.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Top 5 Countdown.
What the thing is, a lot of us are perhaps around a handful of people all the time and nobody else.
Yeah, what's that like?
And it can be a little,
Trying?
You're pretty much by yourself.
Except when I come in here.
Oh, I see. So
you get it. I know it. You are. It's hard to believe that people are tired of being around you, but some of us get fatigued.
Oh, good. But I'm setting my record.
Tom fatigue.
Yes.
1,000 days in a row of annoying chick. This is Pat Daly. It's about being around someone just a little too much.
This is a song I wrote for a special person. All right. Each time I need a trusted friend, you're there. With tears to dry and a heart to mend, you're there. And when I'm down in misery and the whole world turns its back on me and I need some love and sympathy, you're there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And when I'm weary and tired of trying, honey, you're there. And anytime I need a shoulder to cry on, you're there. And sometimes when I come home with a heavy heart and weary bones and I need a little time alone, you're there. I want to turn the stereo on, but you're there. I gotta get in to use the John, but you're there. And when I wake up lovingly and turn on my pillow, hoping to see Kim Bassinger smiling back at me, you're there. Oh, this is more of a good thing than I ever planned. How much damn togetherness can a one man stand? Don't get me laughing here.
All right, sorry.
I want to flop down in my favorite chair, but you're there. I can't see in the mirror to comb my hair, 'cause you're there. And when I want a little snack at night, I sneak down to the fridge to get a little bite. I see a big fat ass blocking out the light, 'cause you're there.
Thank you very much. Pat Daly, and a song about just a little bit too much togetherness. I want to say a special hello to Jason right now, dairy farmer in upstate New York.
Woo.
Love your cream. Oh, yes. Got some nice real cream in my coffee. Thank you very much. No almonds died to make my cream. Thank you very much. This is the real thing.
Do they kill the almonds when they make almond milk?
Oh.
Do they kill the cows?
Well, how do they keep, how do they keep getting milk out of the almonds if they're going to kill them?
Right. Pat, I'm not sure if you're
Little
familiar with
almonds?
the basics of it. Never mind. Good morning, Jason. Thanks for the note. Now, when we come back, the teaser, Christy Lee.
We have a traveling circus in the news, lots of Tiger King news, and we will finally talk about bioluminescence.
Okay. Also coming up, Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos, Roy Wood Jr., and comedian Andy Kindler. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
One of our favorites on the way today, he is comedian Andy Kindler, coming up in the 9 o'clock hour right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. But before that, correspondent Jess Hooker will be stepping in, and Economonologues with Kostaki Economopoulos, all on the way on a Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo, everyone, the 5th of May, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. A Senate panel is set to consider Texas Congressman John Radcliffe's nomination to be Director of National Intelligence, holding the in-person hearing amid President Donald Trump's shakeup of the intelligence community. Radcliffe was unexpectedly renominated by the president in February after his name was withdrawn for the post last summer. The August withdrawal came from after bipartisan Senate criticism that Radcliffe was unqualified to oversee 17 U.S. spy agencies. The reopening of the economy and loosening of coronavirus-prompted restrictions remain uneven and varied throughout the United States. Texas, Oklahoma, and Montana are among states newly allowing restaurants to reopen. Malls, movie theaters, and other venues are reopening in several states. Some states have outlined phased reopenings. North Carolina's governor said he hopes to start such a process after this week if the virus trends allow. And amid all that's going on with the coronavirus, about the last place you might be thinking about is piling aboard a cruise ship in close quarters with people for days and days. But Carnival Cruise Lines hopes to be back on the seas soon. It plans to gradually resume cruises in North America in August. The cruise line halted service in March under orders of federal health officials. That moratorium is set to expire in late July. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're a beautiful girl, and your pants are on so tight that when you stand just right, I can see it all. When you're on the beach and your bikini's soaking wet, I see a fuzzy silhouette as I look down below. I see your camel toe, your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage, your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper. You're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. I could really go, baby, don't you know? I never thought I'd see so much of your anatomy. Your jeans are so tight, I'm learning gynecology. I see your camel toe, your knuckle, your nookie. Ooh, I see your cookie, a donut, a bagel, down below your navel. It's furry, it's fluffy, looking kinda puffy. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. Your biscuit, your cleavage, I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin, you ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel.
Check this out. I didn't realize the deadline was coming up so quickly. Here's the scoop. If you did not file a tax return last year and have kids under 17, you must act right now to get that $500 economic impact payment per child. I know there's a lot of people who could use this money right now. Make sure to get it done by today to get your payment in 2020. So go to irs.gov, enter your information in the non-filer tool by today in order to get that and to get that cash, okay? Now, let's turn that way. Christy Lee has a quick weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers early, cloudy late. Look for a high of 54. Cloudy overnight down to 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine on Wednesday, high 60. We have 50 degrees currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Currently 2 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Thank you very much. Also, I want to point out that all the stuff from the Bob and Tom store, we're donating that money to a special Feeding America fund. So if you're interested in a shirt or hat, by all means, get it right now. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. That phone's going to ring pretty soon. I suspect it'll be Donnie Baker. And it'll be the track phone hotline ringing. In the meantime, I should point out there's Ace Cosby, there's Chick McGee, that's Josh, I'm Tom. In the big room over there, sequestered, it's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
And we're like a news program. We've got correspondents all over.
Oh, we certainly do. And wow, I'm looking at the TV over there. The big screen. One of them has great hair.
Hey.
I didn't say who it was. Pat Godwin's over there and Jess Hooker's over there.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
One of them beautifully lit. The other looks like he's opening a refrigerator.
Ah, jeez.
Let's see now.
Do you know how deeply that cuts when you say things like that to him?
The pronoun he kind of gave it away there.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I made a mistake. Chick McGee's, of course, at the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk.
It's crazy.
Tell your grocer, liquor store, hey, I want the Crazy Cock wine. Now, let's see, where was I? I know. We'd abandoned the sports page. And
we were done. We were finished. We'd covered it all.
We have
in an award-winning fashion.
Got some requests coming up. If you want to reach us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. But right now, we turn to Christy Lee at the news desk, having said hello to Jess Hooker and Pat Godwin. Christy, what have you got over there?
Well, a traveling circus has been stuck in a Texas parking lot for nearly 2 months due to this pandemic.
Seen the pictures of this?
No.
One more time.
Cirque Monte Carlo began its 9-state, 35-stop tour February 6th in Pasadena, Texas, and started making its way across the state when shelter-in-place orders forced them to stop in Grand Prairie, Texas on March 9th. 42 circus staff members are now stranded in a parking lot with 14 RVs, 12 semis, 7 semi-tractors, and a restaurant.
And one car.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the clowns.
This is like an American Horror Story waiting to just unfold. Yeah.
The circus has set up a GoFundMe page to help cover expenses during the lockdown. Performers practice their respective feats.
I would think so.
Yeah, with the aerialists hanging straps from trees and gymnasts flipping down a fast track.
Wow. See the bearded lady had to shave so the mask fits better?
Oh, I did, yeah.
I feel so bad
Good for her. Yeah, she needed to.
The one guy, talk about social distancing, the guy with the stilts. Did you see the picture? He's walking around the parking lot. He can get right next to anybody because he's so far up.
Yeah.
Yeah, breathe on me now, bitch. I'm up here.
I'm 6 feet above.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's 10 at least. Now, Mr. Pat Godwin, I can see the guitar pad. Does that mean you got something?
Yeah, I got something for you.
He's very excited.
Yeah.
Oh, they put up a tent and put on a top-notch show. With the jugglers and the gymnast and a swinging tightrope. No kid wants to see them go, but even clowns get old after a day or so. The circus came to town and got stuck in a parking lot.
Park.
Ooh, pee-pee caca, ooh, pee-pee caca. Hey, bearded lady, you might have an STD now. Give me spots on my Johnson. I don't want no COVID-19 now. That's a little wordy.
Yeah.
Why don't you take it back?
Smartly done.
Yeah, just go back. Pick it up there.
Pick it up. All right, here we go. Hey, bearded lady, you might have an STD now. There we go. Give me spots on my Johnson, but I don't want no COVID-19 now.
Still couldn't get it.
Didn't make any difference.
I bet you can't wait till the day you go. You can jump in your tiny cars and be gone. The elephants are messy and the monkeys are slinging snot.
Snot?
The circus came to town and got stuck in a parking lot.
I guess poo and parking lot wouldn't rhyme.
Right, yeah.
Profound apologies to the great Joni Mitchell. Paved Paradise, put in a parking lot. One of the classics of all time. Now, thank you very much, Pat.
Another lockdown story.
Wait a second. We can't do a circus story
Without
this because I have multiple requests. So perfect timing. This is the true story of a young Canadian boy with a dream.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
Morning, Jeff.
Tonight's show veteran.
Thank you.
Let's go back. We like to find out about you as a little boy up there in Canada. How'd that go?
Well, it was all right. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. Every comedian says that, but I really mean it.
I remember one time, this is absolutely true. When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus. And I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference when you go to a cheap circus. They had things like, I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What? What the hell is that?
They stand 5'10".
That's right. They're range from 5'8" to 6'2", the world's largest midgets. Well, look at them. Look at the size of these guys. Bunch of guys walking around.
That is a cheap circus, I'm telling you.
It was the worst.
Wow.
That was
one
Bob.
after another.
Bob's Circus.
It was Bob.
Coming to a parking lot near
that's
you.
right.
I like it.
Oh yeah. There was just one after another. The bearded man. What the hell is that? It was like they were just making it up on the spot. And we all just sat there stunned. We couldn't believe it. They had. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi. Dad, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks. Dad, we go home. My dad he made us sit through the whole thing. It was the worst circus. We had to sit there. My dad said, "I'd pay for this. You're going to sit through the circus and watch." And I think they had what else? Oh, they had the world's first stripeless zebra. It's a horse. A stinking horse, Dad. Brown.
Huge midgets. Thank you very much. Now, I want to remind you that we have a little store here, a little online store, and the reason I bring it up is we're donating all the money from the store to Special Feeding America Emergency Fund. So if you've ever been thinking about getting a Bob and Tom cap or shirt or whatever, why not? We'll be handing the money over to a great charity. So now, let's get back to Christy Lee. I can see her through the glass in the sequestered room, formerly known as the performance room.
Mm-hmm. Now it's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yeah, but you look like a little tiny person inside a gigantic window. It's
like a big snow globe.
She looked like a little tiny person when she was in here.
Yeah, but now she's farther away, and there's a huge window and her little head bobbing up.
Jeez.
Is that how you can tell people are farther away when they get smaller? Is that right?
What?
Is that what you're working on?
No idea.
Hey, Darth Vader's been enforcing coronavirus lockdown orders.
Here we go.
In the Philippines.
I would think Darth Vader would be in the side of the virus, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he gets to wear the mask all the time, right?
Yeah, he's got that breathing thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want everybody dead. Isn't that the whole Darth Vader?
Well, his Imperial Army's affected, so he doesn't want that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On May 4th, known as Star Wars Day, of course, local officials dressed in makeshift Darth Vader and Stormtrooper costumes to ensure villagers on the outskirts of Manila followed government safety guidelines. Muriel Baldalgo, an elected official dressed in a Stormtrooper costume, told Reuters, quote, We tell off residents who still go outdoors without the proper quarantine passes needed, and also those who do not wear face masks.
Okay.
Okay. Luke, I tested positive.
You thought I breathed like this because of my helmet. No.
It's a ventilator. It's a ventilator, Luke. Don't most Star Wars fans just stay inside anyway, so it's not really a problem.
Especially yesterday, they were all watching Star Wars movies.
Of course. I'm just asking for a friend. Coming up, we're going to talk with Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent. We'll see what's on Kostaki's mind, sequestered in Los Angeles, California. Roy Wood Jr., sequestered in New York City. We'll talk with Roy. And Andy Kindler, also somewhere in Southern California. We'll talk to all of them. Also find out what's going on with Jess Hooker. She's right there. I can see her on the big screen. Right now, I want to remind you that Chick McGee brought something to my attention a few years ago.
Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself home security system, Tom.
Thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. But he's always one-upping everyone.
Oh, yeah.
You have 7 cameras hooked up to this thing.
That makes a you got to have a camera, a security camera to have a compound.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to have 7 of them.
Simply Safe has made it easy to finally get comprehensive protection for your home. Do-it-yourself magnetic wireless technology. No technician or salespeople call. They don't have to disrupt your house, your routine. And, of course, now with the no-touch delivery, Simply Safe was all about that long ago. It just arrives in a box on your doorstep.
Hey,
Tom.
you mind if I drill through this wall?
See, you don't want
None of that, huh?
You don't want that guy at your house.
Oops, pocket door won't open.
Yeah.
Just order it online, set it up yourself in under an hour. I did it under a half hour. Twice.
Show off.
That's right. And all this security for just 50 cents a day. And that is what? Peace of mind. That's right. And, of course, we're not the only fans of Simply Safe. An outfit called U.S. News and World Report named Simply Safe the best overall home security of 2020. And right now, when you head to simplysafetom.com, our listeners get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. Show us some love and go to simplysafetom.com. This is all from Simply Safe, wishing you safety and good health.
There you go. You'll sleep better.
Do it today.
All right. Thank you very much. Simply Safe. SimplySafeTime.com. When we come back, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos, plus in the news, dogs, alligators, weddings, tigers, and, of course, Tiger King.
Oh, my.
Tiger King, oh, Tiger King. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, got good news, Bob and Tom fans. You've heard us talking about them on the show during commercial spots for Raycon earbuds. Well, now you can win a pair for yourself. Find the Raycon contest code in the news feed on the Bob and Tom app. Enter that code at bobandtom.com/contest. Increase your odds of winning by entering once a day. The Bob and Tom app is free and available in your iTunes or Google Play store. How about that? A pair of Raycons could be yours thanks to Bob and Tom and Raycon right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mick Jagger was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night. Not as a musician, though. He appeared in a fake old-timey newsreel segment. In it, a British announcer shames him into putting down his guitar and doing some work. Jagger's seen doing things like cooking and making repairs, as well as sheep herding and gardening. Meanwhile, the real musical guest on Fallon was Annie Lennox. Tom Hanks says for those graduating college this year, the term BC means before coronavirus. The Oscar-winning actor made a surprise appearance at a virtual graduation for a student at Wright State University's Department of Theater, Dance, and Motion Pictures over the weekend. Hanks says students graduating now are, quote, the chosen ones, because they started in the, quote, olden times, before life was complicated by COVID-19. And there seems to be no stopping the Joe Exotic saga, and it has pulled movie actor Nicolas Cage into the mix. Cage will be doing his first TV series, starring in a miniseries about the colorful wild animal owner featured in the Netflix Tiger King series. The 8-part series will be done by Imagine Television Studios and CBS TV Studios. No word on who will end up airing the project. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is a song I wrote for a special person. All right. Each time I need a trusted friend, you're there. With tears to dry and a heart to mend, you're there. And when I'm down in misery and the whole world turns its back on me and I need some love and sympathy, you're there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
And when I'm weary and tired of trying, honey, you're there. And anytime I need a shoulder to cry on, you're there. And sometimes when I come home with a heavy heart and weary bones and I need a little time alone, you're there. I want to turn the stereo on, but you're there. I gotta get in to use the John, but you're there. And when I wake up lovingly and turn on my pillow, hoping to see Kim Basinger smiling back at me, you're there. Oh, this is more of a good thing than I damn togetherness. A one-man stand. Don't get me laughing here.
All right, sorry.
I want to flop down in my favorite chair, but you're there. I can't see in the mirror to comb my hair, 'cause you're there. And when I want a little snack at night, I sneak down to the fridge to get a little bite. I see a big fat ass blocking out the light, 'cause you're there.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
You know, the calls on the phone. The guy's selling you something or trying to get donation.
Right.
He actually used this. Is this the man of the house? Is this 1952? Yes, it is the man of the house. I'm lounging on the divan with a highball. Why do you insist on calling during Edward R. Murrow? Furious.
Come on.
So I'm working on it. My wife said you learn a lot about yourself if you.
19 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers early, cloudy late. Look for a high of 54. Cloudy overnight down to 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine tomorrow and a high of 60. 48 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Your shot at some serious cash coming up sometime this hour, he said. Somewhat confident in that. I think it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen several times today on Q95, so you pay attention. Someone's going to tell you what to do to win. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I've got a feeling that track phone hotline is going to ring any second.
Oh, yeah?
And I've got a feeling it's going to be Donnie Baker. Coming up, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. Right now, I look across the way and I see Chick McGee at the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk. Hey, Mr. Liquor Store, would you please get Crazy Cock Wine for me? Now, do you want to do the Crazy Cock Wine jingle? There you go. That's
Crazy Cock.
Through the glass there, it's Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Hi.
Thank you very much. And let's see now. I look over there. There's Ace Cosby, our engineer. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Now, let's get right to it. As I predicted, yes, there it is, the track phone hotline. I knew that was going to
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I want to give you guys a quick call before I had to start teaching Whiffy his pluses and minuses
Oh,
today.
you're doing the homeschooling thing?
Good for you,
Oh,
Donnie.
yeah. Well, I hope we can get through it.
Yeah.
My lead bass player and quarantine squatter, Todd Boner, just did his regular wake and bake thing out of the carport.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
It's working too good. It just came through the screen door, and now I'm getting a contact buzz. Man, math is hard enough without a waft of skunk weed screwing up your focus. I swear to God. I can't imagine if I had to teach with you the hard math stuff, like algebra, trig, and geography. Man, I always hated trying to learn all them angles and theorems and figuring out what X stands for.
Right.
To me, X just means the movie's going to be good. Swear to God. I'll say it like this. If these kids ever go back to school, we should start letting the teachers drink on the job.
Why is that?
Well, if they want to replace their drinking fountain in the teacher's lounge with Fireball or Jaeger, I'd be all for it, Tom. Put them dispensers in every tea, because it's hard. Go ahead and stock their fridge with White Claws and Natty Ice, too. All I'm saying is what happens in the teacher's lounge should stay in there, because this teaching gig is a constant chore. And it used to be back in my day, the only kids who got homeschooled were the weird ones. Remember? You could always spot them. They'd be a little dirtier than the rest of us other kids at the park, and always have on them homemade clothes, like real thick patches on their tough skins. And they always got their head stuck in the monkey bars. I swear to God. And for some reason, the homeschool kids always smell like peanut butter and fresh cedar. You know?
Well.
They smell like a sack lunch and lumber. We had 3 homeschoolers on my baseball team one year.
Yeah.
I was like, well, Coach, we're screwed. We ain't never going to win a game this season. And he's like, how can you tell they're homeschooled? I'm like, well, for one, 2 of them got their gloves on the wrong hand, and Nathaniel's out there in the right field sporting his like a yarmulke. you know? Oh, you can pick them out of the bunch. So I'm trying to do the best I can to homeschool with you without turning them into a real homeschooler. Now, we're doing regular stuff, man stuff every day. In art class, we're making nunchucks, you know, just out of scrap, and also throwing Chinese stars. Shop class, we're splitting 4 ricks of wood. And I just hope he does better with a felon hatchet than my Uncle Junebug turned out with.
What happened to him?
Oh, he tried splitting wood one day, Tom. Slipped and tore his right foot right down the middle.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he still walks with a limp.
Wow.
But you would, too, if your right foot was butterflied. I swear to God. Christy, you talk about suffering. You know what? I'll say it like this. He said it wasn't as much the pain from the hatchet as much as a lifetime of having to shop for socks in a V-neck. Put that in your hope chest. I'm going to go.
Thank you very much, Donnie. That was certainly very enlightening.
Yes.
The Bob and Tom program now switches gears here and switches locations as we go via Zoom to Los Angeles, California, and comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. Hey, Kostaki, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Good morning, Gus.
Morning.
I'm sure that you've been following a little bit of NFL news. You saw the international games are not going to take place. They're going to bring them all back to the USA if they get to play them. We hope they do, of course.
Right. Yep. The Falcons had one scheduled for the UK. They're going to stay home, assuming they play at all. Yes, they'll be home. Yeah. Hey, if you're up for it, last week we did animal mating rituals, and it was such a hit. Part 2, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Flatworms are hermaphrodites. They have both male and female genitals. So if you're a flatworm, do you get mad at yourself for leaving the toilet seat up? You see where I'm going?
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
Flatworms wrestle, and they use their penises to try to stab each other. And the loser slumps off to become the mother, which I think is how the Clintons did things.
Clintons.
Flatworms actually use their dagger-like penises to hunt as well as mate. What's more manly than that? I challenge you hunters out there to step it up a little. Imagine how powerful you'd feel if you took down an 8-point buck with your penis. The average size of a banana slug penis is 6 to 8 inches, which is pretty impressive considering that the average banana slug is 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
No wonder he's so slow. I bet he's got back problems, too. It would be like having a 6-foot penis. We have that. It's called Matt Lauer. All right.
We got Matt Lauer and Bill Clinton in the same. This is very exciting.
Strong start, yeah. After laying her eggs, the female cichlid fish picks them up and carries them in her mouth. Some males have spots in their lower body that resemble the eggs, and the female sees the fake eggs and thinks she dropped some and tries to suck them in, and that's when the male inseminates the eggs in her mouth.
Wow.
This is bizarre evil genius, right? I like this idea so much. I'm thinking of tattooing some Cadbury eggs on my belly just to see
if it works.
The male anglerfish is born with no digestive system. It has to find a mate immediately before it dies. So it attaches itself to a female, fuses itself to her body, and then withers away. Scientists call this Stedmaning. The Argentine lake duck has a penis as long as the duck is tall, which can be used to lasso females.
Wow.
Yeah, right? It's pretty manly. That's an activity usually reserved for bacteria and Ron Jeremy. It's a 12-inch corkscrew-shaped penis. That's pretty good life. Open a bottle of wine, grab a girl. Life's good. The gorilla often over 400 pounds, has a 1.5-inch long penis.
Oh, yikes.
That sounds like Bill Romanowski. That's like a linebacker on steroids or something.
Known for your steroid use.
Yeah.
Romanowski.
Shrinks the testes.
Yeah, shrinks it.
And
Shrinks
the
it up.
male member also.
Yeah. Grill also has
not aware of
acne.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
1.5 inches. But you know what they say. It's not the size of the ship, but whether or not that ship is attached to a 400-pound animal that can rip your arms off.
Right.
I've heard that saying.
exactly.
That old saying.
Got a T-shirt that says
You're
that.
going to enjoy it whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Here's a quick one. The female cougar actually prefers a mate her own age. Weird.
Who would have guessed?
Ironic.
The female octopus will only mate once in her life. Here's the sad thing. She makes the male octopus marry her first.
You have to buy 8 rings.
Yeah.
8, octo, yeah.
He's got 8 arms to work with. That's good.
8 arms to hold you. All right.
The male octopus will lose its member during sex, but will grow another one the next mating season. That's why an octopus really looks forward to the next season, you know, when catchers and penises report. It's a big... The pig holds the record for the longest orgasm. It averages 30 minutes.
What?
Yes. That's why the little piggy stayed home.
Is that for both the male and the female pig, or just the male?
No one cares about the female pig.
Good question.
The female pig orgasm is a myth.
Yeah, that's right.
30 minutes. No wonder the sty is such a mess. Who's got time to clean up?
Yeah, no joke.
Who wants to clean up? I gotta get busy again.
That's why Porky Pig is stammering. That's why Kermit likes Miss Piggy. It makes him feel like a stud. How long is the foreplay, you ask? That's the downside. 10 years.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's
a lot of workup.
Entire jaw.
All right.
You see, that's a joke by a good man right there. All right. And finally, in Australia, there's a little mouse like marsupial called the brown Anticonus. And during mating season, the male will have sex nonstop, sometimes dying due to lack of food or rest.
Wow.
And the female, you ready for this? Sleeps through this.
That sounds about right, actually.
Sleeps through it. Nature has provided her with a snore that sounds exactly like, "Oh, yes, you're so big. Don't stop."
Never stop.
Never, ever.
The mating habits of obscure animals from Kostaki Economopoulos. That begs for a part 3, Kostaki.
Oh, it's fascinating.
Okay.
I hope you haven't mined everything.
I think I have, but I'll certainly
the
take
new
another
T-shirt
look.
is that a banana slug in your pants, or are you just glad to see me? Wow,
excellent.
Where do they hide that thing, the banana slug? That's interesting.
Yeah,
it's as big as they are.
I know. They just drag it along. Okay.
Are you looking at them or their penis?
And in sports,
You don't
there's a famous team, the Banana Slugs.
Yeah. You see, I think, banana
Santa
slugs?
Cruz?
Santa Cruz, yeah.
The Banana Slugs. And I wonder if they were aware of that when they named the team.
I don't know.
Give me a P.
I think you see banana slug T-shirts in Pulp Fiction. I think John Travolta's wearing one of those.
Wow. Oh, well, very, very good. Well, Kostaki, thank you very much. How are things in Los Angeles and your quarantine?
You know, they're all right. We're hanging in there. You know, our day-to-day life is pretty good. We got beautiful weather and we're hanging out. I got a show this week. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, tell me more.
It's nowherecomedyclub.com. It's the only show that's on my schedule that's definitely going to happen. It's Thursday night. It's the quarantine version. It's live stand-up. It's totally live. It's real. It's a full headline set. It's basically a giant Zoom call with a digital bouncer that can go through and mute people who have too much ambient noise or whatever. It's kind of a cool concept. There's enough feedback from the audience that it works.
Are you going to stand up or do it sitting down?
I have been encouraged to stand up, and we're working on some of the technical stuff, but they say that it has a little more of a regular feel when you do that. My question is what background to use.
Do you have a brick wall?
I have here. Well, look at this. I have this.
There you go.
Possibility.
Yep.
I may go with this.
Oh, that's good.
Curtain
or something. You know, sort of like that kind of thing.
That's too funereal.
It's a little too what? Oh, like a funeral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could have this. You know.
Oh, that's nice.
Too elegant.
Yeah.
I'm
a
in
show
the
for the
parlor,
Queen. Yeah.
You know.
Classy.
I'm a little partial to this if I'm going to pick a digital thing. But
yeah.
I don't know if you should go with, because digital has a little bit of a
there's kind of
a trail,
weird shadowing thing.
Yes, I don't know if digital.
But your shelf behind you with the little miniature Kostaki bobblehead somewhat distracting. Also,
I agree. I could do something like this, but that's weird too.
Like
right?
you're standing in traffic.
Yeah. Right.
Could you have it rotate? Or is that even more distracting?
Probably. I could do plugs. I got fantasy throwback. I've got quick snaps to podcast. I could do the logo of the thing, Nowhere Comedy Club. Right?
Oh, look at that.
I say brick wall or red curtain. Those are my choices.
I think so too.
Okay. Well, and once again, you find it's nowherecomedy.com, Kostaki, and it's live Thursday evening. What time?
NowhereComedyClub.com. Thursday night, May 7th, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and all the ones in between. So,
okay, thanks very much, Kostaki.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff.
Yeah, so
it's
good.
very funny.
Now, let's see. Now we can rehook up with our other guests. We have joining us on the machine over there, the so-called Zoom.
Machine. Josh, they're on the machine.
The Zoom machine, as I like to call it.
On the blower?
We'll be checking in with Jess Hooker and Pat Godwin momentarily. In the meantime, we return to the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with Miss Christy Lee.
Photographers have captured surfers catching bioluminescent waves off California's coast.
Cool.
The water's blue glow comes from a bloom of microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates.
That's right.
Which can make their own
Is that
light.
a hard G or is it a flagellate?
Yeah, it might be dinoflagellates.
Oh, that's right. Dinoflagellates.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds like what's on Josh's ceiling.
The dinoflagellates?
That's dino eject.
No, flagellatites are from the ceiling.
I see.
Flagmites are
from the ground up. Okay, I'm sorry.
Michael Latz of the Scripps Institute of Oceanography
Who
told
doesn't get a lot of calls, yeah.
NBC San Diego that when enough of these organisms gather in an area, they cause the water to give off a vibrant turquoise hue at night.
Have you seen this?
It's beautiful.
It looks like cosmic bowling, but with surf.
It's awesome. Yeah.
A group of local photographers visited Newport Beach at night to capture photos and videos of the folks surfing the luminescent waves.
It was okay.
Others near Huntington Beach and Sunset Beach found a pod of dolphins glowing beneath the neon water.
I saw it and went, hey, how about that?
Oh, it's very
on,
cool.
chick. Does nothing please you?
Yeah, but, the dolphins are glowing. Yeah,
reminds you of the light you bought at IKEA,
Boy,
so you can
that's
sit
something.
next to it and watch more TV. Okay, good.
That's right.
No, it's very cool.
I could see. Isn't this experience available on YouTube? I think.
Got kind of a Life of Pi feel to it.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Speaking of YouTube, the show we're streaming it out on YouTube during the quarantine. Just to say hi, if you'd like to say hi to us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We would love to hear from you, whatever you're doing. Getting a lot of requests, et cetera, including some pretty obscure ones that we have gone to some efforts to dig up. We've got one coming up that is called "I'm Fat and I'm 40." From John Fox. We're going to squeeze that in coming up. In the meantime, it's back to Christy Lee. Hey, Christy.
Hi. A barrel full of marijuana washed up on a Florida beach. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, the blue plastic barrel containing 5 large bundles of pot was found in the water off Marathon on Thursday.
Wash up the barrels. Wash up the barrels of weed.
Oh, sorry.
U.S. Border Patrol agents took possession of the haul, a total of about 90 pounds of pot.
How many gallons of weed is that?
That's it.
I don't know how many gallons, but
Sounds like a 55-gallon situation.
those are the big blue drums.
The big blue drums.
A Snoop's worth.
Yeah, it could be a Snoop's worth. That's a good measurement.
Could be a Snoop worth.
Maybe that's why the beaches are so crowded. They're looking for that free weed.
Maybe that's why they're glowing. You don't know.
I would not mess with a barrel of weed, man. Who knows who's looking for it?
Ah, yes.
A Simple Plan, indeed.
The great movie, A Simple Plan.
But how often is that going to happen?
Leave that stuff alone.
Just take that money and run.
No, you wouldn't.
Now, coming up, we have college news. We also have really exciting Tiger King news and a kind of a weird deception.
A real bad idea. If it's the Tiger news I saw.
Yeah.
No. There's 2 of them.
There are 2.
There's 2 interesting Tiger King pieces of news. One of them involves casting the Tiger King.
Oh, really?
That's the one I'm saying is bad idea.
And the other one involves the real Carol Baskin. and a little deceptive move that occurred to Ms. Baskin. We'll find out about that. And some lucky lottery information and some cool stuff involving nasty chickens.
Oh.
Yeah? You like your chickens?
Not aggressive ones,
Okay.
yeah.
Are they kinky?
Well, no, it's not the crazycockwine.com chicken.
Nasty
okay, no.
I'll tell you that.
Nasty, dirty chicken.
Okay. And once again, I want to remind you that the Bob and Tom store is open, and all proceeds are going to go to Feed the Hungry. So if you want to be part of it, that we'd certainly appreciate it. And we'll be donating it to Feeding America's Emergency Fund. So when we come back, we'll get to that and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rolling through a Tuesday. It's Cinco de Mayo, everyone. It's the 5th of May. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos, Andy Kindler on the way on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee from the crazycockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Don Shula by wins and losses. No NFL coach did better. Miami Dolphin team officials say Coach Shula died at his home yesterday. He was 90 years old. He led the Dolphins to the only perfect season in NFL history and set a league record with 347 wins and coached in 6 Super Bowls. And the NFL is moving its 5 games scheduled for London and Mexico City this season back to United States stadiums because of the virus. All 5 regular season games will be played at the stadiums of the host teams. Scheduled were 2 home games for Jacksonville at Wembley and 2 at Tottenham's facility. Falcons and Dolphins will be the hosts. And South Korea's Professional Baseball League is starting its new season without fans in the stands. The Pro Soccer League will kick off under similar conditions on Friday. That's because the country reported its lowest daily increase in virus cases since February 18th. And live golf will return to television later this month. Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson headline a $3 million charity match on May 17th. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Have you noticed you can't get hand soap?
Yeah, it's hard.
Right.
It's really hard to get it. The only thing they have available is like really high-end hand soap.
Yes.
And it's, for lack of a better word, the flavors that didn't work out.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, oh, lavender and mackerel.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Ever feel trapped in an unwanted, uncomfortable, and seemingly endless conversation?
Hey, Dave!
Dave.
Hi, Doug.
I am so glad to see you. Well, your name popped up in my Rolodex just the other day, Dave.
Really?
Betty and I have been so darn busy with our new home-based business. In fact, why don't you join us tonight, Dave?
Oh, I can't.
We are going to talk about the miracle of multi-level marketing.
Some other time I'm really busy.
Too busy to make money, Dave? I don't think so. Anyway, we have rallies every weekend.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I've had a bad day. I hate you. How can I make you go away?
Professional people, Dave. Everyone.
Sound familiar? Suffer no more. Thanks to our newest sanity-preserving product, Shut Up Shocker. Here's how it works.
Nobody's too busy to make money, Dave. Can I count you in?
You know, I don't think so.
And it's totally harmless. Shut Up Shocker. Does it work? You be the judge.
Dave. Hey, Kyle.
The missus and I just discovered the most wonderful getaway.
Really?
We love the whole bed and breakfast scene.
Sure.
It is so relaxing.
Right.
We love Nantucket.
Oh, I know that.
And we have discovered the most pristine.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Strike up another one for Shut Up Shocker. And because this revolutionary time-saving tool of tomorrow causes loss of consciousness and short-term memory loss, it allows you a 7-second window to make a clean, guilt-free getaway.
Dave, you two simply must have children.
Oh, really?
You would not believe what my little Philip did just last week. Well, the little Dickens, this is so precious.
My God, she's fallen. She fainted. Probably knocked up or something.
You're free. Scot-free. Thanks to Shut Up Shocker.
Whether it's a coworker.
Dave, here's an interesting little article I picked up on team building skills.
Even cab drivers.
So, how long you in town?
In fact, with Shut Up Shocker, I no longer have to listen to anything I don't want to hear.
Dave, your tests are in.
Okie dokie.
Dave, I'm sorry to say what we're dealing with here is inoperable.
Oh, no, look at the chart!
Thanks, Shut Up Shocker.
Shut Up Shocker. Not to be confused with the Convertaser, Vulcan Vice Grips, Mr. Coma, or Chit Chat Death Darts. Shut Up Shocker. Available in most fine stores. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Void in some states. Some assembly required. Please include $7.50 for shipping and handling.
Thanks, Shut Up Shocker!
Bob and Rock.
Smile. 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
The smiling Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95, 5:59 weather. It's kind of wet, though. Showers, and then maybe some dry periods this afternoon with a high of 54. And then tomorrow we'll have some sunshine. Stop it. It's currently 48.
Dry periods.
I know what you're laughing. Idiot.
I said moist.
All right. You can feel the hatred.
I'm sorry. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. She is ensconced in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. It's Christy Lee behind the glass, socially isolated.
Yep.
There's Josh over there, killing himself with laughter.
Oh, man.
I got a real kick out of it.
Please share some of the frivolity with the rest of us.
He is
sometime
doing
today.
a headline set over there.
Okay, that's very nice. The CrazyCockWine.com sports desk features Chick McGee. Hey, would you please ask the guy at the liquor store, hey, would you please get Crazy Cock Wine in here?
Yeah, do that.
Check it out, crazycockwine.com. Now, there's Ace, of course, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day, coming up very soon. Good to see you again, Ace. This is Tom speaking in the big room. Now, we are socially distanced, of course, and talk about distance. We've got a couple of cameras. And I must say, if you can't see this, if you happen to not be watching on YouTube, let me describe it. On your right, we have the lovely Jess Hooker. She's got a plant behind her.
A gorgeous head of hair.
Your
great
hair,
lighting.
You got your hair all fixed up. The lighting is perfect.
Look at that.
Beautiful, Jess.
Look at that smile.
And then to your left, it looks like we have planted a secret camera at Jimmy Hoffa's house. Oh, hi, Pat. It's Pat Godwin.
Hey, there's a car waiting for you out front, Jimmy.
Okay, yeah.
You get in it.
Bam, bam.
Now,
Northeast Pennsylvania.
wait a minute. That's the track phone hotline.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show. At last.
Love it.
Hi, gang. It's Larry King, the Tiger King. Calling. How are you?
Larry, I've got the new version of the Larry King theme right here. If you want to hear a quality.
Well, sure, let's do that.
Larry King.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that nice?
Larry King.
It's very serious. Very. How are you, Larry? Everything okay?
That is fantastic. Well, I'm okay, but golly, doggone it anyway. I heard you talking earlier about Don Shula, my old friend.
One of the greats. Sad to see
90.
Mr. Shula.
What a run, huh? 90 years
man.
old.
Yeah, I got a quick story. I met Don for the first time 52 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Though the Shula name was well known long before Don.
No kidding.
Yeah, I remember when I was 9 years old, the Shula family was the first to buy the naming rights for a Major League Baseball player, White Sox star Joe Jackson.
What?
That's why, from 1916 on, he was always called Shula's Joe Jackson.
Shula's Joe Jackson. I had no idea.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That makes perfect sense.
Well, sure. I got to know Don in 1967 when he became famous for his restaurants. He opened up one of his Shula steakhouses in Miami, where I lived at the time, practically. They had amazing steaks and seafood, and their best dish, dolphin a la Don, became known all over town. Now, you don't know all this stuff before, right? So one night, Joe Robbie, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, came into the restaurant, tried the dolphin a la Don, and loved it so much, he asked Don to be the head coach of his football team.
Really?
That's how I remember the story. I was high on acid, though, a lot in those days.
Oh, okay.
So, as I recall, Don said yes, but only if he could bring one of his cooks. It was a kid named Bob to play quarterback. Now, Bob was a fry cook who went by the nickname Bob Greasy, which is fitting for a fry cook. Well, a couple of years went by before Don Shula and Bob Greasy led the 1972 Miami Dolphins to his first Super Bowl win and became the only team in NFL history to go undefeated 17-0, which Don liked to mention a lot. A lot.
Got it.
To this day, Shula's Restaurants remembers that 1972 season on their menu with the slogan, "Dolphins never beaten, lightly sautéed." Now, Don, let me tell you a little more about Don. Has two sons who followed in his footsteps. Donnie, who actually beat his father's record of 17 wins, winning 19 games in 4 seasons with the Bengals. Now he's assistant manager at the Long John Silvers in Michigan.
Really?
Don's other son, Mike, will start 2020 as the quarterback's coach for the Broncos. Now, he just bought a restaurant in Jacksonville, Florida, and that is now serving a dish Mike created. It's called Ginger Jaguar Kebabs.
What?
Yeah, he hopes it'll get the attention of the Jaguars' Pakistani owner, Shahid Khan. Who is it? Shahid?
Who knows?
That's close. I know. Who knows? Maybe lightning will strike twice, right?
Okay, good.
And then you're probably hoping it hits me. So anyway, it's with much love and profound sorrow that I say goodbye to my friend, the legend Don Shula. I'm saddened by your passing, which should have been done by Dan Marino. I mean, he's way better at it.
Passing.
That's pretty sad. This is Larry King, Arrivederci, amigos, and have a big steak tonight in memory of Mr. Shula. And let me just say it before anyone else does. May the fork be with you.
All right.
You did a nice steak. I would like a knife and fork, I think.
Larry King.
Shula's Joe Jackson.
I had no idea. Thank you, Larry. Always good to hear from you. We turn back to the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Behind the glass, she's Christy Lee.
Nicolas Cage has signed on to star as Joe Exotic in a new TV miniseries.
Good choice, I say.
Nope, they're playing with fire. He'll never finish the series. They can't get him insured. I don't know how they got this done.
The show's produced.
He's a nut.
Said it will explore how Joe Schreibvogel, is that his last name?
Yeah, something like that.
Became Joe Exotic and details his efforts to keep his Oklahoma Zoo open, even at the risk of losing his sanity. Netflix Tiger King has made Joe Exotic an object of fascination and controversy. He is now known as Joseph Maldonado Passage and is serving a federal prison sentence for his conviction in a murder-for-hire plot.
Don't you think
and
this
animal abuse.
A bad idea? I mean, this is like the Geico Cavemen, and they tried to make a TV series. I think we've had enough of Tiger King.
Leave it well enough alone.
There's an argument to be made there, but I think that since they couldn't get Joe Dirt,
David Spade. Now there's Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
If they were going to do a comic version, I thought Kate McKinnon was doing a version of this. She's so good at.
I don't know.
In any event,
she's been mentioned as playing
Kate,
Carol Baskin.
as Carol Baskin.
Okay, but this is a different.
But I think that's a movie, isn't it? They're
Carol
talking about
Baskin
doing a
had a
movie?
husband, whacked him.
Right.
She's in the news today.
Yeah, we'll see different projects here, I think, and they're still trying to sell this Nicolas Cage one, so who knows if it'll even take off.
Well, we forgot to play the theme song.
Tiger King, a tiger, Tiger King.
I had no idea we were going to segue.
Tiger King. Tiger King, a tiger, Tiger King.
Do you notice the irony of the name, by the way, Nicolas Cage?
Tiger, Tiger King. Tiger King, a tiger, Tiger King.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll. I'm not sure. I think would Tiger King have been this much of a cultural milestone if it hadn't been for the quarantine?
I think it still would have been popular, but I don't know that it would have been the thing.
Okay.
Carol Baskin in the news today, actually. She's apparently been tricked into giving her first interview since the Tiger King series debuted on Netflix. YouTubers Josh Peters and Archie Manners reached out to the big cat rescue owner. Hi, all you cats and what did she say? Cats and kittens?
Cats and kittens, yeah.
Pretending to be producers, booking interviews for The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Through numerous email exchanges, Baskin ultimately agreed to the interview, provided they limit their discussion to cats and refrain from talking about Tiger King. Of course, due to her dissatisfaction with her portrayal on the show. But for the prank, the prayer used audio clips of Fallon and told Baskin she would be unable to see the late-night host on the screen during their video interview. Staying true to the terms, she talked about her sanctuary and promoted her campaign for the Big Cat Public Safety Act. After learning about the faked interview, Baskin took it in stride, telling TMZ, quote, I was suspicious as we were doing it because the questions appeared taped.
I would look for the headline, YouTubers eaten by tigers. She should have known it was fake.
Yeah.
Because no one asked her to do some stupid game or play pin the tail on the tiger. Or,
because it's
do
Fallon.
karaoke with her with a tiger in the car. It wasn't like a kid's 4th birthday party, so it wouldn't have been the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
This is not her fault.
No.
These guys, gotcha. Oh, all right.
Okay,
well,
But it sounds like she's okay with it.
She said it gave me a very welcome, good laugh. I appreciate their cleverness and that they created their video in a way that I don't feel was any way mean-spirited. So she was all right with it.
Okay,
She likes the publicity just as much as Joe Exotic, don't you think not?
All these people need to find a way to cash in.
Yep, all they can.
And yesterday you said that there's some guy doing a line of Tiger King clothing, apparently.
Mhm.
They're at least trying to. So, I don't know. I don't know if the fictionalized version of it will, as a movie, will be with Nicolas Cage or anyone to be as interesting as the actual real thing. But you never know. I mean, it's like with these Disney films. It starts out as one thing, then it becomes a play, then it becomes a movie, then it becomes a musical, and then...
Well, it becomes a ride, then it becomes a movie. And
I'm thinking a live action movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to get Joe Exotic the musical.
Oh, I guarantee it. You're absolutely
because
right.
he's got all that great country music that he does.
Right.
It really isn't
That
him.
he
It's
lip syncs
Well, yeah.
to.
It may not be on Broadway, but it'll be a thing for sure.
Or they can go, go for the Pulitzer and make it Joe Exotic the opera. Go really high pretentiousness.
Maybe Joe Exotic will get an EGOT.
Oh, yeah.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah, maybe. Not. Coming up, we have Dick Hitswater. We have dogs in the news, alligators in the news, and a big beaver shot in the news.
Big beaver shot?
Big beaver.
Beaver.
Just a big beaver.
Oh.
Coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget right now at the BobandTomStore.com, every dollar spent at the Bob and Tom Store for the foreseeable future goes directly to Feeding America. That's right. You can help others eat. That's nice. Friday's Radio Cares Emergency Radiothon raised just over $500,000. That's right. Buy now and buy often, and we'll keep adding to that total, and we'll keep feeding America. Again, every dollar spent at BobandTomStore.com for the foreseeable future goes directly to Feeding America. Pretty cool. You can help out. Buy a hat. Why not? More coming up on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. A Senate panel is set to consider Texas Congressman John Radcliffe's nomination to be Director of National Intelligence, holding the in-person hearing amid President Donald Trump's shakeup of the intelligence community. Radcliffe was unexpectedly renominated by the president in February after his name was withdrawn for the post last summer. The August withdrawal came from after bipartisan Senate criticism that Radcliffe was unqualified to oversee 17 U.S. spy agencies. The reopening of the economy and loosening of coronavirus-prompted restrictions remain uneven and varied throughout the United States. Texas, Oklahoma, and Montana are among states newly allowing restaurants to reopen. Malls, movie theaters, and other venues are reopening in several states. Some states have outlined phased reopenings. North Carolina's governor said he hopes to start such a process after this week if the virus trends allow. And amid all that's going on with the coronavirus, about the last place you might be thinking about is piling aboard a cruise ship in close quarters with people for days and days. But Carnival Cruise Lines hopes to be back on the seas soon. It plans to gradually resume cruises in North America in August. The cruise line halted service in March under orders of federal health officials. That moratorium is set to expire in late July. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I own a 3-foot ruler.
Oh.
Wow.
Got it at a yard sale.
Makes sense.
That's almost not worth the energy to laugh at.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
New this season on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the biggest set of jugs I've ever seen. It's Shirtless Girl.
Posing as a topless dancer, showing off her pecs. No one knows her secret till she takes off her specs. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
With her special powers, she gives the bad guys fits. She don't use no gun, she stops them with her. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Working in the chemistry lab one day, sophomore year, nothing seemed amiss. But that night, an amazing transformation took place. And the next morning, young Debbie Yabo woke to find...
My God, I'm huge. I must dedicate these to fighting evil.
Little did Debbie know that years before, on the planet Lactoid, a planet whose gravity was causing it to sag dangerously toward the sun, her father, Major Yabo, and Mother Teton sent their infant daughter, Areola, rocketing through the Milky Way to Earth, knowing one day she'd become Shirtless Girl, keeping the city of Metropolis safe.
Okay, nobody move. Hand over all the money. It's Shirtless Girl.
Not so fast, bad guy.
Oh yeah, like some team is gonna
Get a load of these.
Huh? Oh, I can't run away. Hell, I can't even walk. Thanks, Shirtless Girl.
2 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
It's Christy Lee. She's got the weather forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. I don't think you're going to really like this one. Showers off and on today. Look for a high of 54. Cold tonight, down to 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine tomorrow and a high of 60. CarXman says right now it's 47 degrees.
Thank you very much. But Tom here, that's Josh. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Here in the Bob and Tom Show, I want to remind you, new windows may be on your spring to-do list. Maybe over the weekend it was so nice you went to open up the windows and the whole rubber thing came off and you realized that they're cracked and all crappy. Well, guess what? Window Nation is providing temporary price concessions and financial stimulus programs to provide immediate assistance for those who need new windows. Right, Josh?
That's exactly right. Choose from over 1,500 window styles at incredible prices, all while helping drive the local economy forward when you get new windows this spring from our friends at Window Nation.
Here you go. You got a free online virtual quote valid for 6 months, deferred payments for 2 years at Window Nation. You also get 2 windows for every 2 you buy, plus, there's no limit on that, by the way, plus 0 down payment and 0 interest for 2 years.
That's right. Learn more at windownation.com.
That's windownation.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you, please. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I can smell it. It's coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Oh,
I knew it.
I'm so excited. Ace Cosby is our engineer and, of course, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, brought to you by IHateStevenSinger.com, Steven Singer Jewelers. Right now, I look around the room. There's Josh with the sidekick chair. This is Tom speaking. That's Chick McGee across the way. Oh, is that the crazycockwine.com sports chair? It certainly is. Tell your
Sounds like you're drowning.
Tell your liquor store guy to...
You're drowning in it.
Oh, he's crazy. What's that cock doing out there swimming?
There you go.
Ever see a cock swim?
No.
Never mind. Don't even.
Yeah.
The point is, let's see, where were we?
Waters.
Oh, the giggling is coming from the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And let's see, we go to the left on the big screen. We've got the Zoom screen. There's Jess Hooker over there with a very nice smile.
That's a nice fern you got there.
And Pat Godwin looking like he's in a police lineup. Okay, very good.
I don't think Jess has a fern. That's a palm plant, isn't it, Jess?
We talked about that. There's a palm
It is
plant.
a palm. It's like Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, Ace said.
Oh, Godwin, that background, hilarious. Please go back to it. It's,
Dean sent me this. It's like more of a natural habitat, he said.
Yeah, if you're watching,
it looks like a
YouTube,
jail cell.
You can see it's
Dean!
definitely a prison cell.
That's hilarious. That's pretty roomy. That's a big cell.
Yeah,
You got
it is.
4 beds.
And I like those massage tables behind you.
Yeah, that's a cell for more than one, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Hey, Spike, give me a little lovin' before the...
Jess, you've never been in jail, have you? I don't think.
No, never been to jail. Never been to jail.
You ever been
Thank
cuffed?
God. No,
Okay.
nothing. No run-ins with
by
the
cuffed,
police
is
at
that
all.
some kind of a term? Of,
Handcuffed.
Oh.
I thought it-
No, I meant finger cuffs. 2 dudes at once.
Is that a thing?
I think it's from
that
Chasing Amy or Mallrats. Finger cuffs.
Finger cuffs?
No idea. I'm sorry I brought it up. I apologize.
I thought it was the
I had
Eiffel
no
Tower.
idea. Let's just move forward. Ladies
am
and
I
gentlemen,
invisible? Okay.
you can see our engineer is Ace Cosby, the legendary voice. And Jess, are you aware of this, that when it's time for a little bit of lovin', Ace has a pretty good line. Let's just say it's you got a little Burt Camford on the stereo. You walk up to your lady, Ace. It's Friday night about 10:30.
Lady Ace.
You're gonna watch the end of what's that cop show where they're always killing people?
All of them?
Frontline, whatever the hell it is.
Dateline?
Dateline. There you go. What do you say to your lady?
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah.
All right. That is nice. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that's nice. But that's not what we're here for.
What are we here for?
I don't know who brought that up. We're here for Steven Singer Jewelers presents the Ace Cosby joke of the day. That's right. It's brought to you by IHateStevenSinger.com. You got to get your orders in by tomorrow at 2. I'd get it done today to get that special gift for your sweet mommy, whatever moms are out there. But you got to get it by Mother's Day. Ace, what's going on over there?
Well, since the hockey season's been postponed, nobody has seen our local Zamboni driver lately.
Oh.
I have a feeling he will resurface eventually.
He will. He will absolutely will resurface eventually.
Not a lot of great Zamboni jokes. That's certainly one of them.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard Christy's fake laugh. there it was.
I had to really think about that one.
You have to think that. My humor is observational. You have to think sometimes.
That was a solid joke. Zamboni?
It's got to be in the top 3 Zamboni jokes.
Blaming the audience, huh? All right.
That wasn't even a joke.
It's an observation.
It is indeed a joke. Sorry.
Yes.
No, what do you call a hippie's wife?
What?
Mrs. Hippie, that's a joke.
That's also a joke.
No, you don't. You delivered it like a bailiff.
Yes.
Bailiff, read from the transcript. What do you call a hippie's wife?
Mrs. Hippie.
No, doesn't work. Sorry.
Man, that's funny.
Let's go over that way in the room all by herself.
You ever been played cuffs there?
Behind the glass. How about
Authorities in Britain.
fisticuffs?
Eiffel
How about
Tower?
losing the cuffs?
No,
Or as
no,
Josh
no, no.
said, two dudes at once.
Oh, God, no. That'd take too much concentration.
I can't
Authorities
play. Can you play zone, Tom?
No.
No. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Man to man.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh,
Ma'am.
Pardon me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, excuse
Madam.
me. The devil's
Josh is doing his own show in his head today. At some point, share some of this with us, won't you?
I'm enjoying it.
Okay, good.
Authorities in Britain have been called out to catch a tiger that turned out to be a sculpture. After receiving a report of a big cat on the loose, armed police and a helicopter were dispatched to the Kent countryside in search of the animal.
I would like to congratulate you on the slowness with which you
Whatever you
delivered.
do, don't
Kent
say
countryside.
Don't say the countryside.
Or the other one. Yeah, that's when they give you in broadcast school.
Yeah.
Forget about Peter Piper's Peckers. You got to work about the Kent countryside. Okay, very good.
85-year-old sculptor Juliet Simpson said that when authorities arrived at her home in Underdriver,
Simpson, eh?
Underriver, she approached them and asked, "Do you want to be introduced to this tiger?" Simpson had created the tiger about 20 years ago from chicken wire and resin. Sounds lovely. She said police liked the model and said they thought it was very lifelike. One unnamed officer speculated that escaped tigers were on the public's mind due to the Tiger King Netflix series. So continues to
There's
plague
a
our
picture of this
news.
thing.
Didn't you make a shark like this?
A shark?
Yeah, a shark. Did you make a shark like this, Tom?
Yeah, I made a paper mache shark.
On a chicken wire and
Still,
newspaper?
yeah, still have it.
You still have it.
This is
Can you get a picture of that?
Yeah,
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, this is a giant paper mache tiger, and it looks like a paper mache tiger.
So it doesn't look very real.
Well, it's kind
maybe
of.
from
I suppose
afar.
if you were far away.
Yeah.
The eyes always give it away. You never get the eyes right.
Oh, but this was where in the UK.
Yeah, in Kent, remember?
Remember last week they shot and killed a unicorn. Mistaking it for a special request right now.
Oh.
We're going to talk with comedian Roy Wood Jr. in just a few minutes. This is an old tune. This tune goes back a ways. It's when John Fox turned Spell my elbow. John Fox, ladies and gentlemen,
Boy,
Fat and
boy.
40. By special request from James. Thank you very much for listening, James. We got some great requests coming up here on the Bob and Tom program, and also some cool things in the news. And one of our favorites, comedian Roy Wood Jr. in just a few minutes, and comedian Andy Kindler on the roster. Right now, I want to remind you about our friends at Napa. Napa cares about communities all across America, and Napa also knows that something that's essential is you and your car or your truck. That's why Napa's doing their best to help serve every driver at Napa Auto Parts stores, Napa Auto Care Centers, and, of course, NapaOnline.com. If you do have some extra free time, maybe it's the time to do all the stuff you wanted to do to your vehicle. Well, Napa's the place to go, and you can get those parts, et cetera, delivered right to your house, NapaOnline.com. Because whether you're headed to the store or on your way to work just trying to get home safely, Napa here to provide quality parts and superior service to everyone on the road. That's what we call Napa know-how. Check it out. Napa Auto Parts stores, Napa Auto Care Centers, and NapaOnline.com. Get some Napa know-how, won't you? When we come back, comedian Roy Wood Jr. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, coming up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, it's Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom Show. Just go to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Subscribe today. That's free, and you could be kicking back and watching Bob and Tom Tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mick Jagger was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night. Not as a musician, though. He appeared in a fake old-timey newsreel segment. In it, a British announcer shames him into putting down his guitar and doing some work. Jagger's seen doing things like cooking and making repairs, as well as sheep herding and gardening. Meanwhile, the real musical guest on Fallon was Annie Lennox. Tom Hanks says for those graduating college this year, the term BC means before coronavirus. The Oscar-winning actor made a surprise appearance at a virtual graduation for students at Wright State University's Department of Theater, Dance, and Motion Pictures over the weekend. Hanks says students graduating now are, quote, the chosen ones, because they started in the, quote, olden times, before life was complicated by COVID-19. And there seems to be no stopping the Joe Exotic saga, and it has pulled movie actor Nicolas Cage into the mix. Cage will be doing his first TV series, starring in a miniseries about the colorful wild animal owner featured in the Netflix Tiger King series. The 8-part series will be done by Imagine Television Studios and CBS TV Studios. No word on who will end up airing the project. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Church league softball fist fight, getting washed in the blood on a Tuesday night. What would Jesus do? Lord, he wouldn't do that. Knock hell out of a preacher with the softball bat. Well, the swinging shepherds from the sheep of the Savior were tied with the Sourwood Church of Christ, an example of some highly unholy behavior in a game that had already been protested twice. Something unbiblical must have been said for them to be aiming heat at a minister's head. Clocking the clergy ain't the thing to do, but neither's the high hard one on a 0-2. Church league softball fist fight, a buddy laying on a hands neath the left field lights, knocking out 4 teeth, getting a busted lip. Ain't exactly my idea of Christian fellowship. Church league softball fist fight, rolling around the pitcher's mound, it just don't look right for nice people from the church and the Sunday school class to trade the cup of brotherhood for a can of whoop.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air, it's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7. And I can't believe that a lot of you guys aren't in Tampa this weekend. It's the first porn camp
porn camp.
A weekend-long $4,000 a head seminar that'll cover everything from porn star pay scales to set design to proper web set design, Bob.
I went to one of those porn camps. Oh, really?
China was there. You know,
China, the actress?
The wrestler?
The wrestler.
Oh, the wrestler.
You ever seen her naked?
No,
I think she used to be a man.
Yeah, no, she looks like well, yeah, it's not to begin with, and she actually makes it worse.
You know that area down there?
A lot of scarring from the surgery?
But just by itself, Bob, not for me.
Okay.
Not for me.
I mean, it'd be like chewing on a couple of pig lips.
At last, someone's put a label on it.
Hey, Christy. Christy.
Wow.
You're blaming me.
The next time I ask you to read some news stories, I want you to look around the room.
And pass over anything.
I want you to go, let's see, what would be a topic that'd be safe in front of Stan Hope
China
and
looks
Fox.
like she has a thick turkey timer.
Hey, she's done.
We're going to hook up with comedian Eddie Brill. Eddie is, among other things, friends with our friend Bill Sheft. I believe.
Oh, yeah. Eddie, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I am friends with Bill Sheft. He's the guy who got me the gig at the Letterman show.
Oh, is that right? How many times have you booked yourself on the Letterman show?
I've done the show 8 times. I've booked myself 5.
Look, fellas, I looked everywhere, and the best comedian available is, hey, it's me!
Eddie Brill is our guest. Eddie, do you have a go-to joke when you get in front of one of these Letterman crowds for a warm-up and you think, okay, I'm going to pull out this one. This always is like a test joke. If this doesn't work, I'm done.
Sort of. There's this thing, I don't know who sponsors you, but I'll tell you, it's a Disney joke.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're near Times Square, and New York Times Square has really changed over the years, so I will go to this joke.
How about ya? 8:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. I broke that out.
You got to respect the passion with which you deliver.
Well, there you go. There you go. Did you do the time?
Yeah, 8:20.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Christy has a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers off and on today, high 54. Cloudy tonight, 36. Cloudy tomorrow, periods of sunshine, high 60. 47 right now.
47.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much, Christy. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Let's see now. We're in the big room. Chicks across the way at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
How about ya?
Say to your liquor store guy, hey, would you please get the Crazy Cock wine? You want it in the can? I've got cans of Crazy Cock wine right back of me here.
Yeah, you sure do.
Like it in the can. Also, we have right over there. I'm not going to say speaking of liking in the can.
Well, that's
we have. Well, Josh is over there. I'll do it that way.
Sure, yeah.
We remove it once from Josh in the sidekick chair. Ace Cosby is our engineer. He's over there prepping tomorrow's Ace Cosby joke of the day, brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. Don't forget, you got to get that Steven Singer order in by tomorrow at 2:00 in the afternoon. I'd say get it in today. Now, once again, Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Hi, everybody.
When that phone rings, it'll be the track phone hotline. I'm expecting a call from Dick Hitzwater at some point this morning. But right now, wait a minute. I see him now. He's mobile. We've got Pat Godwin. We've got Jess Hooker. And on the lower part of your screen, you'll see Roy Wood Jr. apparently snacking. I can't tell what's going on.
Pouring a bowl of cereal or get some ice.
What you doing, R-Dub? Feeding the boy? Oh, he can't hear us.
Oh, he can't hear us? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. No,
he is feeding the boy, yeah.
Yeah, man. The only way to shut him up during a radio interview.
Give him some cereal. Roy Wood Jr. joins us from his apartment in New York City. Hey, Roy, how are you?
I'm good, man. We're making it, quarantining as best we can, remaining safe distances. Now more than ever, I think farting in public is an essential tool to keeping people 6 feet back.
And apparently you can pass the virus that way as well.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, is your phone ringing?
Is that your burner?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is that the burner there, Stringer? Is that what that is?
Is that your mom, really?
It's my mom. It's literally my mom because she knows this is the only time that he's sitting still and she can actually have a controlled conversation.
He's being paged by his young son. Are you doing any homeschooling? Do you have any official duties?
Dude, we have been e-learning our behinds off as of late, and it has not been easy. And I've been doing this thing where, so they do this thing with his class. He's 3, for the people who don't know. They do this thing with his class where they put like 9 3-year-olds on a screen and they attempt to sing a song together at the same time. And it is a train wreck. And I screen record it every day. So anytime my son starts acting up, I just go, hey, it's time for the class song. And I just put it on his tablet and then just watch him stare at it. I've been recording the e-learning sessions so that we can have stuff for him to use over the summer, just to kind of keep him sharp or whatever. But
sure,
I don't know what's going to happen in the fall, and I don't want the boy to lose any of his edge that he's already got. But in the meantime, I've been teaching him stuff on my own, but the problem is that I have no lesson plan. So one day we did colors, and then we did numbers, and then one day we just got to talking about transmissions, axles.
Was that the day you did the body shop quiz where you fixed his truck? You put duals on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll fix his truck, and then somehow we'll just start talking about powertrain and what horsepower is and gear ratios and NASCAR. And then somehow we ended up watching dirt bike crashes. And these are all important lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I just don't know the order of them at all. Mom,
Just answer it.
You can
Just
take the
tell her.
call.
Tell her you're on the air.
No, I'm not. The Comedy Central has this documentary that me and my mom are in this Saturday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Called Call Your Mother. It's a bunch of comedians, and my mom is upset that she didn't get enough FaceTime in the trailer. So I know that's what she's calling about. That's not a joke, by the way.
That's hilarious. We're talking with comedian Roy Wood Jr. Roy, what is the poster behind you? I can't see the whole thing.
That is the legendary Who's on First poster.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness, yeah.
From the old Abbott and Costello days, which I consider personally to be one of the greatest sketches of all time ever written. Don't even argue with me about it. Yep. It's one of the best written, one of the best performed sketches in the history of sketch. So it is on the wall as a goal for me to one day achieve. And if I don't, there's alcohol right below it.
Yeah, there's the bar cart right there underneath it. Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't.
So, priorities.
I'd forgotten the St. Louis Wolves. Is the is written on the jersey there, and he's got the handlebar mustache. Wow, that's great. Very nice. Something to aspire.
We're making it as best we can. We go outside at 7:00. We do the clapping or whatever, but then he wants to go out during the day and clap again. And I go, no, you don't understand. If you clap at any point other than 7 p.m., you're an annoying, terrible New Yorker. That lesson comes later.
Wow. Roy Wood Jr. is our guest. Are you doing any other? Tell me more about this event on Comedy Central. What is the story about it? What is it? Call Your Mother? What's it called?
So it's called Call Your Mother. And it's just about the relationship that comedians have with their mom and just, how much our mothers have influenced our comedy, growing up. And it's a kind way to pay homage. Myself, David Spade, Louis Anderson, Judy Dole, Richard Feinstein, there's a Joe Coy, there's a cavalcade of comics in it, all with their moms. Aquafina and her grandmother is in it as well. Oh, wow. And it's nice and warm and heartwarming. The thing that sucks, though, I think, about moms is that you really can't tell the stories that really warmed your heart in a documentary because some PC culture people are going to twist it, and then they're going to say, oh, well, that was bad parenting. I'm like, no, my mom did the right thing. Like the time in the 6th grade when I forged a signature so I could go to the Red Mountain Museum in Birmingham. And when I came back from the field trip, my mom was sitting in my desk. And this was back in the day when I was getting bused 45 minutes across town. So my mom at the time, she goes, I'm going to drive you home, which I knew meant I was probably going to get slapped in the mouth a couple times on the car trip. So I tried to sit in the back seat like it was an Uber. This is 88. I was ahead of the curve. I thought of Uber back in 88. And I don't know where my mom got the extra 4 inches of length in her arm, but she was able to reach me in the back seat with seatbelt on, still maintaining perfect lane control. and gave me one of the fastest open hand ninja slaps you've ever seen in your life. But you can't say that in the documentary, but I can say it here because this is a safe space.
Roy Wood Jr. is our guest. Roy, was this documentary filmed pre-coronavirus?
Oh, yeah. This was filmed last summer. It was actually supposed to premiere at a couple of festivals earlier this year, but Corona, of course, derailed that. So Comedy Central opted to just go ahead and get it out there to the people. We filmed at a lot of cool spots around Birmingham. It really was cool to kind of just hang with my mom and have some cameras around because, you know, my mom is extremely camera shy. Also, you know, she's worked as a college administrator for 30 years, and my mom could easily say a few things that could get her demoted if she wanted to. When the liquor gets to flowing, but it was fun, man. It really was a cool thing.
Drinking with mom. Well, Roy, it's a great pleasure. I know you've got to get back to your son and call your mom up, and we'll be watching. Give me it's Call Your Mother, and it's Comedy Central. And I'm sorry, when does it first air?
That is on Mother's Day. This coming Sunday at 9 p.m.
Okay,
on Comedy
great.
Central.
Good to know. Thanks, Roy. See you soon, I hope.
All right, y'all.
Bye, Roy.
Thank you very much. Roy Wood Jr., one of the very, very funniest people we've ever had the pleasure to meet. His first major television appearance was on our Comedy Central special.
Yes, sir.
We recognized how funny he was immediately. He's just terrific. Christy Lee remains over there behind the glass.
Yep, she's stuck.
Yeah, here I
She's
am.
isolated in the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Roy mentioned college. We have college in the news today. Some college students who have been unimpressed with their online courses are now seeking refunds. Students at 26 U.S. universities are filing lawsuits against their schools, demanding partial refunds on tuition and campus fees, saying they are not getting the caliber of education they were promised. Some complain classes are being taught through recorded videos with no live lectures or discussions, while other students claim they are simply receiving uploaded assignments with no video instruction at all. The schools include Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Michigan State, Purdue, and the University of Colorado Boulder. University of Colorado spokesman Ken McGonnelly said our faculty has been our faculty.
Oh, you must be
the old faculty.
Oh, my faculty. I'm Dean Martin, and you're on the faculty.
I've been drinking this morning, too. Our faculty have been working extremely hard to deliver an academic product that's got the same high standards as what they would deliver in the classroom. He added, it's different. It's not ideal, but at the same time, we're in the middle of a global pandemic here. Nobody knows what the rules are. Nobody knows what to do. And
Yeah, but you go for that college experience.
sure you do.
You know, the beer wars.
Yeah.
The
pizza parlors, the
chlamydia.
the soda shop. Right, Tom, the soda shop.
Oh, yeah.
The chlamydia.
Yeah, this is a no-win for everybody.
Yes, it is.
Is anybody doing a toga party on Zoom?
Probably. I'm
sure,
They'll do
yeah.
something like that.
Did you ever go to a toga party?
No, I never even heard. I don't know that they just don't. Do they exist anymore at all?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Come on.
I don't know.
I think that Animal House brought them back.
I think so for maybe 5 years.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
I've never heard of one.
I went to one in college, but that was 20 years ago. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know
Well,
if they-
still, that's
if
when
they-
I was going.
Did you wear a toga?
Yeah.
The toga?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The whole thing, the crown and the yeah.
Now, did you wear
Yeah.
anything? Did you wear anything under the toga?
I don't think I wore anything on top because of the way it was tied. So yeah,
But there was underwear involved.
there was underwear involved. Yes, you don't go to a frat party without underwear on, Tom.
Yeah, that's
Well, Josh, your thoughts?
well. I went with underwear on, but they eventually came off.
Wait a minute, that's the track phone hotline.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hello?
Yellow.
Hello?
Dick.
Hey there. Hi, this is Dick Hitzwater.
That hasn't
Sitting in
happened
for
yet.
Harry Kalanick Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And this is Some Other News.
Oh, sure
Harry
is.
Kalanick Jr.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, in
Yes.
Germany, when games resume later this month, the professional soccer team plans to fill their seats of their empty stadium with cardboard cutouts of fans.
I saw that.
In attendance will be images of fans, former players, and all the promotional cutouts of movie stars whose summer releases got bumped.
Oh.
Sports stadiums that had been empty before distancing are also considering this move. There will finally be full stadiums watching curling, women's ice hockey, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
In Arizona, a pregnant woman was seen using her flip-flop to wrangle a snake that she didn't want to see become roadkill. Of course, the Surgeon General recommends that pregnant women avoid drinking, smoking, and handling wild snakes. As this reporter sees it, wrangling snakes is what got this lady knocked up in the first place. Am I right, Josh?
Sure.
Okay. Hamburger. In England, residents of Norwich are outraged that an unknown individual has been seen walking around the village dressed as a 17th century Black Plague doctor, wearing a black coat, hat, and pointed beak-like mask. In his defense, I understand that he's just out to walk his leeches.
Oh.
Hey, what else is he supposed to do? They canceled the Renaissance Fair.
Good point.
There's a medieval song about the fear that comes from seeing doctors in public that roughly translates to, I doth want no scrubs, bitches.
Really?
A no scrubs.
No scrubs reference.
I don't want no scrubs.
That's right. The man who goes by Joe Exotic, or, of Tiger King fame, is in talks with the clothing maker Oh Dangerous to release a new limited edition collection entitled Revenge. The clothing line is just like other clothing lines released by celebrities, only all of Joe Exotic jeans have zippers in the back.
Of course.
Zippers in the back.
Apparently in the trousers, I'm guessing.
It's reported that they'll rename the strip show depending on what dancer is on stage. In the morning, it's Wendy's. At noon, there's an express option called In and Out. And when the male dancers get on stage, it's Hardee's. Am I right, Josh?
Yes. I feel like there may have been a missing setup
how
there.
do we get from...
Let's go back to the Oregon Strip Club.
Oh, it's a strip club. Okay. Yeah, you lost me there, Dick.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the lagging teleprompter does that to Joe get their dick. Who the hell am I? And Oregon.
Do you want me to play the Larry King song for you?
Joe is Dicky King. An Oregon drive-through strip club is serving up wings, burgers, and chicken sandwiches, but there's an additional charge if you order extra breasts.
Oh, so this is the Oregon Strip Club.
Okay, yeah.
I see. Okay.
And then the Wendy's.
It's still going, gang. No need to ask for extra mayo. You can make it yourself while you wait. Am I right, Josh?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. Semen looks like mayonnaise.
How did Josh get involved in this?
Yeah, I don't know what you did to get dragged into this, but
I feel terrible.
It's your fault somehow.
I'm happy to be a part of it.
And finally, vets are saying that dog owners may want to practice social distancing with their dogs after it was discovered that the coronavirus can be passed among pooches.
Really?
They say that if social distancing can't be accomplished with your dog, that you at least put a surgical mask over your dog's ass.
All right.
No sniffing, no licking, Fido. Well, this has been Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Harry Kalanick Jr.
What a mess.
This has been some other news.
This has been something.
Thank you, Dick.
Started out a mess, and yeah.
Dick needs some reading glasses, I think.
Well, it was the teleprompter lagging.
Oh, it was the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I think somebody had a paper in the wrong place.
One was out of order?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all out of order. And Josh, it was all your fault.
Thank you very much. Let's see. I want to remind you that we are looking for you out there. Send us a hello to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com from the world of email. We'd love to hear what you've got going. I'm digging for a couple of obscure requests right now that I hope to be finding before we move along too far. And coming up, Pat Godwin, I understand you've got a new song for us?
A couple of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to give us a little hint as to what that might be about?
There's something I love in the news. I love the chicken story. Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Tease on that one. Very aggressive chickens down in Louisiana.
That's right.
Had to be rounded up by the local cops.
Oh, boy.
Wow. They're chicken cops. Okay. Well, we'll certainly look forward to that. What else you got? What else are you going to tease for me, Christy?
Oh, we also have a beaver in the news. That reminds me of a Pat Godwin song. Also, we have camels that had to be rescued in Australia.
That reminds me of a Tom Griswold song.
Wait a second. I haven't even thought of that. So we got some camel toe coming up?
From the Tom Griswold camel toe.
I had no idea. Right now, I know that everybody's talking about it. Times are a little bit weird. But Harry's Razors is still out there.
Got to go to work on yourself.
Yeah, you got to get a good shave. That mask will fit a lot better. Now, I want to remind you that Harry's has your grooming needs covered, especially right now because Harry's will deliver it right to your house. I'm talking about the great Harry's razor, and we've got the greatest offer ever from Harry's. You get the razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3 plus shipping. How much is shipping, Josh?
It's free.
So that means we're talking $3 here. You go to harrys.com, use the code Bob and Tom. 10 million guys have tried Harry's. Once again, get that trial set delivered for $3. What a great deal. Harry's is basically returned. It's the essential. You get the great blades at a fair price, about $2 per refill. You don't have to go into the drugstore and be walking behind a guy who appears to have a very wet, damp, toxic cough. No, this just
what?
I'm just trying to keep you out of the store there. Harry's, super convenient. The blade refills delivered, and you're going to love your shave. Once again, you get this amazing offer. Bob and Tom Show listeners exclusively. You get $5 off the set, so it's going to cost you $3. You get the razor, the weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover, $3 plus free shipping. You find it at harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom. That's harrys.com. Please use the code Bob and Tom and get a great shave. I know I had a great shave this morning. Thank you, Harry's. Coming up, I believe, a little bit of camel toe. I had no idea.
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jess Hooker, Kostaki Economopoulos, and one of our all-time favorites, comedian Andy Kindler on the way, all via Zoom, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Don Shula by wins and losses. No NFL coach did better. Miami Dolphin team officials say Coach Shula died at his home yesterday. He was 90 years old. He led the Dolphins to the only perfect season in NFL history and set a league record with 347 wins and coached in 6 Super Bowls. And the NFL is moving its 5 games scheduled for London and Mexico City this season back to United States stadiums because of the virus. All 5 regular season games will be played at the stadiums of the host teams. Scheduled were 2 home games for Jacksonville at Wembley and 2 at Tottenham's facility. Falcons and Dolphins will be the hosts. And South Korea's Professional Baseball League is starting its new season without fans in the stands. The Pro Soccer League will kick off under similar conditions on Friday. That's because the country reported its lowest daily increase in virus cases since February 18th. And live golf will return to television later this month. Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson headline a $3 million charity match on May 17th. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now, a message from Bob and Tom Pharmaceutical Labs.
Honey, I brought Bill home with me. We're going to watch the game. Can you make us some sandwiches and bring us a couple of cold beers?
Sure, sweetie. Can I get you anything else?
Not right now, baby. I'll let you know.
Hey, Jerry, I can't help but notice your wife sure seems happy these days.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
You're not kidding. I mean, she used to be such a, so mean and so depressed all the time.
Not anymore. Now she loves to cook and clean, and our lovemaking has been incredible. I mean, she can't get enough of it. She's like Betty Crocker in the kitchen and Paris Hilton in the sack, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, what's making her so happy?
Well, she was on all kinds of drugs and antidepressants, Prozac, Paxil, Wellbutrin, Librium, Valium, but none of these seemed to work. Then we found this new drug.
What's it called?
Sleazium.
Sleazium? That's right. Sleazium. Sleazium has complex proteins and molecular protease inhibitors to control mood swings. Sleazium also contains a compound with skank factor enhancers that drastically increase your lady's libido.
And since Sleazium contains time-released amphetamines, you wouldn't believe the energy she has. Last week, she built us a new patio deck.
Sleazium? Wow. Sounds like a pill I need to get for my wife.
Honey.
Yes, dear.
I've got an idea. After the game, why don't you boys go down to the strip club? I thought I'd change the oil in your truck and clean the gutters. But hurry home. I'll be waiting.
See what I mean? She's happy when she does her chores. She cooks and cleans and mops the floors. And when we get behind closed doors, ooh la la. Thank you, Sleazium. Thank you, Sleazium. Honey, that dinner was great. Lobster bisque, turkey and dressing, medallions of beef. Boy, am I stuffed.
Well, I hope you're not too full. Why don't we lie down in front of the fireplace, and I'll give you your dessert. Oh. And why don't I go chop some firewood?
Thanks, honey. And thank you, Sleazium.
Sleazium from the Bob and Tom Pharmaceutical Labs. Warning, Sleazium must be taken daily. Missing a single dose may cause headache, fatigue, and the urge to murder your husband. Sleazium. Try it today. It's got the secret Sleazium edge. What is it? The edge is that it contains not one, but 2 drops of retsin.
Thank you, Sleazium. Thank you, Sleazium.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Jim, we mentioned you are a tall man.
Yes. 6'6", huh?
6'6". Are you a single guy or married guy?
I just got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
How's that going?
First
timer?
Yeah, first timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm learning, very slowly. I'm learning, when women get married, they take the guy's name, and I'm learning that us guys are also my married name is somebody. Somebody's got to take the trash out. At first I was like, is he talking to somebody else? Is there somebody else here?
Somebody.
Shouldn't we be on a first name basis?
846 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee with Indy's classic weather.
Yeah. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers. Look for a high of 54. Cloudy overnight 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine tomorrow 60. Better day on Thursday up to 67.
Now, in honor of of qualifying, which is and practice at the Speedway, it'll rain this weekend just because.
Yes.
In memory of. Oh, can't wait for the race. Come on. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. All right, that feels good. Let's go in order of.
Just introduce people, will you?
Let's go in order of attitude.
Yeah, good. Why
We'll go in order of attitude. Oh, look, there's Jess Hooker. Happy, pleasant, hair looks nice. She's taken the time to decorate her home where she is in isolation with several members of her family. They're all still happy and
she was
proud
just giving them the business off camera there before we went on.
Great attitude. Yep. Then we turn to Christy Lee.
Hi, everybody.
She's got her bangs over there, looking good, happy, isolated in her room.
What is this again?
You're doing it by attitude.
By attitude, okay.
Okay. I'm exempt.
Sure.
Always got
well, then I have
cheerful attitude.
Next.
And we find Ace Cosby. Always a great attitude.
Hello,
He's our
world.
engineer. He's got the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Kiss ass.
Pat Godwin struggling with technical issues, but he's just doing great. And then Josh Arnold doing his own show over there, just bursting out laughing for no reason, as if he's just pissed his own pants. I have no idea. And then Chick McGee, grumpy, crabby, has a stupid slogan that nobody likes.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves How About You.
Okay,
I love it.
Okay. Well, see, that's the good attitude.
Jess, do you like How About You?
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
We don't have.
Yeah, we don't have.
no audio.
Your mind is skimming, looking for the word hacky. Okay, I'm sorry, Christy. What's happening at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk?
Police in Louisiana have been searching for an aggressive chicken accused of harassing customers at a bank. The Walker Police Department said the chicken had been spotted at the bank multiple times last week, approaching patrons at the ATM, chasing customers, and even attempting to climb into cars in the drive-thru.
What are you doing there? Getting my bag? Money?
Officers responded to a complaint about the bird on Friday, but it had fled the scene by the time they arrived. The suspect remains at large, and police advised residents to avoid confronting the animal and instead call for help.
I like this chicken.
Aggressive chicken.
That bank used to be let's he's
still protesting.
Getting revenge now. Pat, you said you have a chicken song.
I do. Let's tackle a little feet tribute here. It seems there's trouble down in Walker at the bank's ATM. Foul play at the drive-thru. Yeah, she's a noisy hen, and she's pecking all the customers. There go 20s, 5s, and 10s. Let's find that filthy clucker, yeah, and put her in a pen. Yes, let's catch that pesky chicken. She went on the lamb. Then we'll pluck her feathers, yeah, and fry her in a pan. Yes, let's fry her in a pan. Woo.
All right.
Tribute to the
Very
great
nice.
Lowell George and Dixie Chicken.
Oh, such a great
Your
song.
Tennessee Lamb.
Thank you very much.
Need to butcher it.
The cops they can't just go over there and shoot this thing?
They can't find it.
What?
Yeah,
They're saying it's on the lamb.
It fled before they arrived.
Got away.
You don't need to shoot it.
No.
Why? Oh, you
Just wring its neck.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Have it for dinner.
That makes a lot more sense. Now, well, I guess if we're going to do chicken tributes,
Dickie Dick like
we'd
to ring in
be
chicken's
remiss if we didn't play this classic.
You look forward to it. Oh, come on.
The chicken farmer went out on a dark and windy day. By the coop he rested as he went along his way. And all at once a rotten egg hit him in the eye. It was the sight he dreaded. Ghost chickens in the sky. The farmer had raised chickens since he was 24, working for the colonel for 30 years or more, killing all those chickens and sending them to fry. Now they want revenge. Ghost chickens in the sky. Everybody. Their beaks were black and shiny, their eyes were burning red. They had no meat or feathers, these chickens were dead. They picked the farmer up and he died by the claw. They cooked them extra crispy and ate them with coleslaw. Everybody! Ghost chickens in the sky.
Ghost Chickens in the Sky, the classic from Sean Morey. I'm reading this article about this, the quote, aggressive chicken.
Yes.
And it says engaged in foul play.
Oh, indeed.
At a Louisiana bank. And it says the chicken fled on foot.
Well, of course.
Well, I mean, what are the options? I mean, if it said the chicken fled in a hot air balloon.
A getaway car.
Hopped on a motorcycle.
He could have had an accomplice.
He can fly, sort of, right?
Chickens really...
You shove them out of a mailbox 20 feet off the ground, they'll fly for a little bit.
There you go. Okay. Now, there's another great story in the news. Do you have either there was a raccoon story.
I have that one right
there
here.
was also a good story about a alligator.
Yes, I have both of them. Firefighters in Oregon rescued a raccoon that got stuck at a skate park, according to a Facebook post from Coos Bay Fire Department.
I'm sorry.
Coos Bay.
Coos Bay.
Women as far as the eye can see.
That coos is your slang term.
Who's that, your coos?
I don't know if you know that, Jess. You got the old coos there.
Oh, yeah.
I have never heard that before, ever.
Yeah,
Coos?
well, you're not a learned coos, are you?
Coos, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Firefighters responded to the Mingus Park last Tuesday.
Oh,
A video
the Mingus Park. Jeez, this doesn't stop.
shows the
named
raccoon.
after, of course, Connie Mingus.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
He's very crafty. Scheming.
Charlie's
Cunning.
Born and raised in Coos Bay.
Cunning, really.
A video post shows the raccoon, who the department has called Woodrow, circling a ladder that had been lowered down into the bowl before climbing up the rungs to freedom. The raccoon nearly dips into another bowl before dashing away and over the skate park fence.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Raccoons have thumbs. They can open doors. They can crack safes.
They can get in your trash can.
Okay,
They
I'm
can
looking at the video. This is super creepy.
They can pick their nose. They can.
It's during the day. This raccoon is trapped. He can't get up the steep walls of the skate park, and then he climbs up the ladder. Oh,
Yeah.
this is good. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
He's social distancing. He's got a mask on.
Oh, that's good.
So you know they're up to no good. They're wearing.
Oh, he did get a citation for not wearing a helmet. Okay, let's just.
I would like to thank all the Twitter followers out there who suggested I put bleach in my trash can. It has kept the raccoon away for now, anyway.
Oh.
I've had some real problems.
With the raccoon?
He and I,
we don't have
yes.
that kind of time. But.
Yeah, he
What do you
and
mean,
I.
like open the trash can?
Oh,
and take
yeah.
the stuff?
And what he does is he gets in and shuts himself into the trash can, goes through it, and then gets back out.
I need more help.
I wonder how the raccoon press covered that.
Yeah.
Area woman thoughtlessly leave trash can out to trap our brothers.
No.
A friend of mine has a situation right now, and I forget what the answer to this is. They think that the squirrels are eating the wiring underneath her car. It was like to the tune of
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, right near here, several $100s worth of. There are certain vehicles that.
I've heard that have sweet some sort of
something about the wiring and the.
We've had this story, yeah.
Yeah, well, it happened again, and then they were also eating insulation. If anybody knows what you're supposed to do in this, can you spray something underneath the car? But the squirrels are getting up in there, or chipmunks or whatever, and eating the wiring, and it's a giant pain in the ass. So if anyone knows what to do with that, please write me, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com, where we're getting lots of great requests, by the way, including something from Tom Mabe that has one of my favorite phrases in it.
Oh, okay.
Involving how would I get you get your ass. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. That's all coming up when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
All this stay-at-home time might be a good time to treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership. If you love Bob and Tom's show, how about treating yourself, including the live 7-camera video stream of the show? Watch as it happens in real time each and every morning. Plus, you can listen to the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast. Plus, get access to the Bob and Tom Archives, the complete album library. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. A Senate panel is set to consider Texas Congressman John Radcliffe's nomination to be Director of National Intelligence, holding the in-person hearing amid President Donald Trump's shakeup of the intelligence community. Radcliffe was unexpectedly renominated by the president in February after his name was withdrawn for the post last summer. The August withdrawal came from after bipartisan Senate criticism that Radcliffe was unqualified to oversee 17 U.S. spy agencies. The reopening of the economy and loosening of coronavirus-prompted restrictions remain uneven and varied throughout the United States. Texas, Oklahoma, and Montana are among states newly allowing restaurants to reopen. Malls, movie theaters, and other venues are reopening in several states. Some states have outlined phased reopenings. North Carolina's governor said he hopes to start such a process after this week if the virus trends allow. And amid all that's going on with the coronavirus, about the last place you might be thinking about is piling aboard a cruise ship in close quarters with people for days and days. But Carnival Cruise Lines hopes to be back on the seas soon. It plans to gradually resume cruises in North America in August. The cruise line halted service in March under orders of federal health officials. That moratorium is set to expire in late July. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I heard one over the weekend. What do you call a hippie's wife?
I don't know what.
Mississippi.
Why don't you, Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Ross Bennett, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I can't sleep. I have to say this all night long.
Tom 24/7.
We have Doug Moreland on the line. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. I don't know what 901 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee with the weather, please.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers off and on today. High of 50. Cloudy overnight down to 36. And then cloudy with peaks of sunshine on Wednesday. High 60 degrees. We're holding at 47 currently.
Okay, Dean and I were wiring this thing up here. Let me just see if this works. Christy, if you were injured at work, do you know what you should do?
Yeah, it's easy. I just reach over here.
There you go.
Right answer. You don't.
No.
Well, no, but
you don't reach for a hammer. What do you do, Josh?
Well, you certainly want to call or visit. Tell them, Tom.
That's not what it says here.
Yeah,
I'll handle this.
Someone that says it's easy?
No. I'll handle this. It's unbelievable. I'm working with monkeys. What you do is you call your friends at Galitko and Daly because they're the work injury lawyers. How do you find them? Well, you go to IndianaWorkers.com. Why? Because they're OSHA trained. They know what they're doing. This is all they do. Galitko and Daly, the work injury lawyers. IndianaWorkers.com. Always the right answer because they go to work when you can't. Galitko and Daly. Once again, IndianaWorkers.com. Boy, it smells like burning hair in here.
I wonder why.
We got a burning hair story coming up tomorrow that I'm very excited about, but I got to hold back on it. It's just too good.
Yeah, I have that too.
Don't waste it.
I'm not.
Don't waste it. No, once again, I need information how to keep squirrels from eating the underside of a friend of mine's car. Where was I? Let's go. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. That's Ace Cosby is our engineer over there, clinging to the XFL with his, what's the name of that team?
New York Guardians. Now a collector's item, certainly.
He forgot the word defunct. Okay. I got defunct.
Bringing the noise, bringing defunct.
I'm sorry about your defunct.
I'm glad you got that, Josh.
Yeah.
You're right. It's fine.
Oh, no, I got it.
Coming up, I'm expecting that phone to ring. We're going to talk with Andy Kindler. He'll be ringing us up on the track phone hotline.
Yay.
Christy Lee is right next door at the Navy Federal Credit Union's newsroom. Chick McGee across the way. Of course, that's the crazycockwine.com sports desk. You're saying, what's Crazy Cock Wine? Well, go to your liquor store and tell them you want to get Crazy Cock Wine.
And this is a real thing.
It is. It's right back
It's
there.
very good.
Do you like it in the can, Christy?
I enjoy that in the can, yes.
Okay.
The Crazy Cock wine?
Yes, that's what it's right here.
I
See?
prefer the dry white, yes. It was very nice.
Okay, let's see. We have Mr. Pat Godwin over
tried that
there,
in
the
the
man, the
rosé.
guitar. Hey, Pat, how are you? And then we have the lovely Jess Hooker. Hi, Jess.
Hi, guys.
There.
Hi.
Teeth all shiny.
What do you do? What do you brush those?
Yeah, I do.
That's interesting.
My mom just actually texted me. She's watching live on YouTube, and she said, "Did you contour your nose? What did you do to your nose? It looks different."
What?
Mom, I didn't do anything
How
to
do you
my nose.
What does that even mean? Contour your nose.
Use makeup.
So you use makeup and shade this area so your nose looks very narrow.
Oh, no.
No, didn't. Just the lighting.
But that's the kind of relationship.
Not you look pretty, you're doing a good job. Just what'd you do to your nose?
What'd you do to your nose? Yeah.
Boy, I can relate to that, Jess.
You don't mean the nose thing, you mean the mother thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, don't forget Mother's Day just around the corner.
Yep, ordered gifts
This year
yesterday.
it's on a Sunday, right?
Every year it's on a Sunday, Tom.
What's wrong with you?
Second Sunday.
Don't forget my friend Steven Singer at IHateStevenSinger.com. Get that gift out there. You got to order it soon to get it by Mother's Day. Now, let's see, where was I? Oh, I know. You had another story of interest over there, Christy?
Oh, sure. Police in Canada are saying that an alligator spotted in a pond turned out to be a beaver. Police tweeted that after receiving a report of a 5 to 6 foot long alligator in a storm drainage pond in Brampton, officers responded to the area, quote, ready to provide Gatorade. After hours.
lesser concert.
Not like Farm Aid. Gatorade.
Didn't really take off.
After hours of searching and reviewing video footage of the alleged reptile on social media, police said the animal observed was determined to be a beaver.
How could, of all people, the Canadians should be able to tell a beaver from an alligator?
You would think.
Yeah.
You know, they have the beaver on the back of, it's on the back of their nickel, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it is on one of their coins.
Yeah, I think it's the nickel.
The
I mean,
beaver.
You can't imagine an American couldn't tell the difference between an alligator and Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, I
most
think it's a
Americans
big
could tell the difference. Yeah.
When I think of Nickelback, I always think of beavers now.
Sure. Yeah. They're from Canada. And they,
Right. Okay.
yeah, they could have just gone by the beavers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
The 5
it's
beaver.
anagram, I think, for beaver.
Look at the back of this nickel.
Which reminds me, for no reason, did you know that Axl Rose is an anagram?
Here
For
we go.
You know this, don't you, Ace?
Axl Rose.
I did not.
I don't think so.
Yes. Am I the only one that knows this?
Apparently.
What is it?
Go on.
An anagram of.
We'll figure it out.
Well, because why do you do this?
I'll give you a hint.
Rolex.
It's something dirty.
Oh. Anal sex.
Solar.
Now,
That was close.
Where's the N in Axl Rose?
Axl
I
sex?
expect more from you, Josh.
I'm sorry.
Well, sex is in there, definitely.
Very good.
Rosé sex?
Axl Rose. Yes, rosé sex. It's a new wine from our friend.
Oral sex?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oral sex.
Oral sex.
Axl Rose, oral sex. I don't get it.
That's like a jump.
Well, it's
You
one
can
of
take
those.
you know what an anagram? You just scramble the
Oh,
letters.
you scramble the letters. Okay.
Chick, our jumble champion.
There's no doubt about it.
Figure that.
Oh, I get
No, he
you.
didn't. I just did.
Josh did
that's
it.
right.
Oh, so tired of it.
No, you already had 4 guesses, so they don't count.
Oh.
Okay, I'm checking this out.
No
Oh,
way.
look, this is interesting. The Canadian nickel. You know who's on the other side?
No, who?
Alan Thicke.
Pierre Trudeau. Anne Murray.
Robin
guessing.
Thicke.
Nope.
Celine Dion.
No. It's got the Beaver on the one side.
Dave
and,
Thomas.
And Queen Elizabeth on the other.
Oh,
Well, sure.
Oh.
You should know this at all hockey games. They flip the coin and
So it's the double
shout
beaver.
out Queen or Beaver.
Right.
Double beaver.
Okay.
See, 'cause she's a girl, see?
All right.
Oh, boy, she's got
How could you mistake a beaver for
What a
I
weird
have
show.
no
This is a
idea.
weird show.
Alligator.
Am I the only one feeling it? It's a weird show.
It is a weird show. We
You
go
seen the- have
from
you seen the
beavers to
picture?
bush. What?
When they said that this beaver was an alligator, I saw the picture and I went, "Come on, that's a croc."
Oh my! He's laughing like it's funny. Look at him.
Laughing like it's
Look at him.
That's my new T-shirt.
Look at him. Laugh like it's funny. Dance like nobody sees you.
I would have thought a beaver would have been on the back of their buck. What kind of buck tooth, right?
What?
Wow, that is really hovering near Jokeville, but not
It's every bit
not
as funny
landing.
as Croc.
That's a good album name. Hovering near Jokeville.
He didn't stick the landing. Coming up, comedian Andy Kindler.
He's got an album, hence the humor. That's coming
He
out.
lives in Jokeville.
We go from beavers to bush. A
Who
man,
does?
a dog, and 5 camels were rescued from the Australian bush.
Love this joke.
You walk into a bar.
Yeah, the man, the dog, and 5 camels. The unnamed 38-year-old was walking with his camels near the town of Jameson in Victoria, Australia, when one of the animals lost its footing and fell down a steep slope. The camels happened to be all tied together, causing the other animals as well as the man to get pulled down as well.
Oh, jeez.
The Country Fire Authority District Commander, Paul Horton, said the man activated his emergency radio beacon, which registered to a server in the United States before it bounced to authorities in Canberra, who then transferred the message to Victorian police.
Good Lord.
Rescuers were able to, quote-unquote, coax the animals back up the embankment, and the group walked to a safe place for the night. Horton explained, quote, basically, chap was out with his camels, one fell, dragged some others, and that led to the whole ship going down.
Well, if you see the photograph, they brought a truck out there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they gave him a camel toe.
Oh my God.
We'll be back with more fun after this song.
You're a beautiful girl, and your pants are on so tight that when you stand just right, I can see it all. When you're on the beach and your bikini's soaking wet, I see a fuzzy silhouette as I look down below. I see your camel toe, your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage, your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your coochie, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. I could really go for a sideways sloppy Joe or a tuna casserole. Baby, don't you know? I never thought I'd see so much of your anatomy. Your jeans are so tight, I'm learning gynecology. I see your camel toe, your knuckle, your nookie. Ooh, I see your cookie, a donut, a bagel, down below your navel. It's furry, walleye, bearded clam. Your biscuit, your cleavage, I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin, you ain't hiding nothing. Your coochie, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe.
The Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra and the classic Camel Toe. Now, real quick, I've been mentioning that a friend of mine had a problem with critters going in and eating the wiring.
Yeah.
In the car, a number of people are suggesting that put mothballs in a mesh bag inside the engine compartment.
Huh.
And
well, you should put mothballs in a mesh bag and then go out in your driveway and swing it over your head 5 times and cluck like a chicken. And then
there's animal repellent available apparently, but this is real serious. I mean, they
how about
Get a garage?
About a 22.
Yeah, garage is always a good answer.
Christy, a new segment, Haughty Advice. Why don't you perhaps invest in a home with a garage?
Yes.
I'm one to talk. I don't have cars in the garage.
Mice and squirrels won't if you spray peppermint oil on it, according to this.
Or you could put a tin of Altoids in it.
These are all
Peppermint oil, that would...
Thanks for all these letters. I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, we'll try some of this stuff, see if it works. Someone suggests spraying them with lead. I assume that they mean
what?
With a rifle? Okay. Might be a problem.
Hey, look, it's a squirrel.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see now. Have you seen this? The Better Business Bureau's warning
Blew his
against...
nuts off.
Get it? Squirrel.
Oh, I get it. Squirrel nuts.
Son of a...
Often.
That's a crock.
Sentence.
You laughed at that.
Of course I did. I said it. No one else would.
I get it now.
The Better Business Bureau is warning against the latest, which is posting school pictures or listing a lot of your stuff on social media. Sharing your senior picture with a graduation date and high school name gives scammers an opportunity to piece together a profile on you, make it easier to hack your accounts.
This is the online equivalent of squirrels eating your wiring in your car.
Yeah, that's why you want to go to LifeLock, because cybercrime bigger than ever because the hackers can't go anywhere. So good time to get your identity stolen. By the way, LifeLock is a leader in identity theft protection. Also, if you do become a victim of identity theft, LifeLock can help you restore your identity easier than you can do on your own. LifeLock, I'm a big fan. It's very inexpensive, and we've got a special offer coming up where you can save 25% in your first year. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can keep an eye out for stuff you don't even know about. Join right now. Save up to 25% in your first year by using the promo code TOM25. Call 1-800-LifeLock or head to lifelock.com. Once again, the promo code TOM25 for 25% off. That promo code TOM25. Protect your stuff. You've been pumping into the ether for years, and now it's floating around. Could be for sale on the dark web. Once again, TOM25 is the code, and it's at lifelock.com. Coming up, comedian Andy Kindler's next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear. For Sheezy, holla back one time. What up with it, dog? Pimping for sure. For Sheezy. Was that black enough?
Hey, Mark Allison here with you, rolling through a Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo, everybody. May 5th. Hope you're having a good day. Some great plans for tonight. Maybe some carry out from your favorite local Mexican restaurant. Bring that home. Chow it down on Cinco de Mayo. Looking forward to it. Hope you've got some great plans. Andy Kindler on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Mick Jagger was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night. Not as a musician, though. He appeared in a fake old-timey newsreel segment. In it, a British announcer shames him into putting down his guitar and doing some work. Jagger's seen doing things like cooking and making repairs, as well as sheep herding and gardening. Meanwhile, the real musical guest on Fallon was Annie Lennox. Tom Hanks says for those graduating college this year, the term BC means before coronavirus. The Oscar-winning actor made a surprise appearance at a virtual graduation for a student at Wright State University's Department of Theater, Dance, and Motion Pictures over the weekend. Hanks says students graduating now are, quote, the chosen ones, because they started in the, quote, olden times, before life was complicated by COVID-19. And there seems to be no stopping the Joe Exotic saga, and it has pulled movie actor Nicolas Cage into the mix. Cage will be doing his first TV series, starring in a miniseries about the colorful wild animal owner featured in the Netflix Tiger King series. The 8-part series will be done by Imagine Television Studios and CBS TV Studios. No word on who will end up airing the project. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Have you noticed you can't get hand soap?
Yeah, it's hard.
Right. It's really hard to get it. The only thing they have available is like really high-end hand soap.
Yes.
And it's, for lack of a better word, the flavors that didn't work out.
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, oh, lavender and mackerel.
Bob and Tom mornings and highlights replayed all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is a little love song I wrote some years back. It's actually a sort of a breakup song. I'd always dedicated to all the wonderful women who treated me like a load of crap over the years. And it's a little love song.
All right.
Woke up this morning and you were gone. Found a note. It said so long. You said this love would last our lives. I hope your face breaks out in hives. I hope you die a painful death. I hope you choke on your next breath. You screwed me up. You done me wrong. I hope you die before too long. Hope you have a heart attack. I hope your breasts get really slack. You were my girl, but now you're not. I hope you die. I hope you rot. 'Cause I don't wanna be your friend. I only want your life to end. You're back in town, someone else's gal. I hope you drown in the love canal. I hope you die a painful death. I hope you choke on your next breath. Screwed me up, you done me wrong. I hope you die before too long. I hope you die before I end this song. Hope you die. I really, really hope you die. Die, 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 die. You and die. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Joining us in the studio, comedian Larry Reeb. Now, Larry, you are from
Chicago.
You just got a great Chicago accent.
Well, originally I'm from a little town, Dwight, Illinois. It's a farm town. There's a mental institution and a women's prison there.
Really?
And my parents met. Here I am. But yeah, I live in Chicago.
Are you married?
I've been married 10 years.
Oh, how's it going?
Good. I think us guys need good women, don't you? Women keep us in line.
Yeah.
That's why most axe murderers are single.
Hey, 9:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
We're going to be checking out that great haircut of Andy Kindler in a matter of seconds. But first, Christy Lee's the blonde woman through the glass there with a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers off and on today. Look for a high of 50. Cloudy, cold overnight down to 36. Cloudy again tomorrow with peaks of sunshine, high of 60 degrees.
I gonna get you.
Yeah. Watch out.
I'll be
right
listening,
now, 48.
Oh, sorry. I'll be listening for your shot at $1,000. That could be happening at some point with Crystal, I'm sure. So pay close attention. We're going to hook up with comedian Andy Kindler in just a second here on Q95. So join us, won't you? Thank you. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'll take attendance here. Ace Cosby, engineer.
Present.
Thank you very much. Jess Hooker. Oh, puffing up your hair. She's waving.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, it's
Hi.
radio. Thank you. We can see her on the screen there.
You're the one who makes her have her hair like that because you don't like it in the bun, remember?
It's not practical
This
to wear.
is the impression you have on people.
You can't wear your hair in a bun and have headphones on. Now, speaking of great hair, we're going to be joined by Andy Kindler, comedian, in a moment. He's got a great head of hair. There's Pat Godwin up there on the screen. Then Josh is over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union news room. It's Christy Lee. She's got her own room.
Hi, everybody.
Jake McGee at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
How about you?
And we're going to consider the phone just rang. It's the track phone hotline. Wait a second. That is comedian Andy Kindler. Hey, Andy, how are you, sir?
That wasn't even my laugh. That was somebody else doing my laugh. Normally, I would start early. Normally, I'm someone who tries to get in there with the but that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Someone set me up. I'm not taking the fall for this.
Yes, sir.
I can't help but notice your hair looks really good. Are you
very stylish?
You got some product in there, Andy?
Yeah, you got a little gel?
Well, that is my secret. I was the first person to push Vitalis.
Okay.
Anybody?
You don't like that greasy kid stuff.
Oh, we got some Brill Cream people in the house.
Now, have you had it cut since the quarantine?
No, this is unbelievable. I had it cut 2 days before the quarantine. I threw my hair person up against the wall and said, "You're going to cut it, God damn it." Oh, I said GD. I didn't mean to say GD.
Well,
I have never violated FCA, AFA. I've never violated FDA rules.
Well, your hair looks very nice.
And I waited to near retirement. The 7 words I can't say are exhausted, tired. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't prepare that. I should have prepared that earlier.
Because you only got
my hair
really.
My hair has not been cut, and this is all natural. There's no Grecian formula.
Looks great.
Oh, it's very youthful.
Yeah.
There's no touch of gray.
Okay.
Well, it does look very nice.
Yes, very distinguished.
I know that you people don't realize this about you. Besides being a first-class comedian, you are also a very fine guitar player, and you are a master of which martial art? Are you the?
Well, I would say Taekwondo. I don't want to frighten anybody, but I'm a 3rd-degree black belt.
Wow.
See how I say it? But it sounds doubtful. I really am a 3rd-degree black belt, and I really think it's some kind of a prank. It's one of those Windy City Heats.
Now, in that particular form of the martial arts, do you speak? Do you have like commands, or do you?
Oh, well, it's Korean. It's Korean. Kamsamnida. Well, not that
sure.
Jewish. Kamsamnida.
Annyeonghaseyo.
It's basically a lot of kicking and punching and whining and whinging. So that's how it's got the Krav Maga in there with the whinging. Jews introduced whinging.
What exactly is that?
Whinging is like a form of complaining.
Oh, okay. I'll have to remember that for my crossword puzzle for the background. Andy Kindler is our guest. You are, of course, sequestered with your wife in Greater Los Angeles. Is that correct?
That's right. Neither one of us have left. We take this seriously. We are not one of these people. Oh, let's amble down to the beach and breathe other people's breath for a half hour. I don't like to see people during the best of times. And now hey, things might be picking up. Let's all congregate in an area. Let's go into an elevator there isn't even 6 feet of clearance in there and see what happens.
I see. Now, are you watching anything on television? Are you binging something, as they say?
Yes, I binge everything on ID, Investigation Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Unless there's too many recreations. You know what I'm saying? If more than 97% of the program are actors impersonating serial killers, you know what I'm saying? I can't have that.
Have you ever gotten one of those?
Some actual footage.
Have you ever gotten one of those gigs?
I have not been a serial killer. And
I mean, just like your shadow, they get Kindler. He's great at this.
Well, I have OCD, so I think I have done. That's like I told you guys. I think I've done everything for until a year ago. I thought there was a 50-50 chance I was the Golden State Killer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a sleep murderer. How do I know?
Was that a thing?
It is now.
Sleep murdering. He started in Sacramento. I started in Sacramento.
See?
But I was not killing in the clubs.
No.
It really is eerie how many places both me and the Golden State Killer were in at the similar points in our
I've
lives.
always want to make a movie like that.
Really?
Well, I always, when they always say like someone's been stabbed repeatedly, it's a crime of passion. I can tell you from experience, it could also be OCD related. You know, you're stabbing. I'm counting.
Yeah.
Please.
I have to do this an even amount
What
of
are you
time.
doing? She's dead. What are you doing? I'm counting. Now I have to start again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
More on the left side.
6. And that's not passion.
No.
That's just someone who thinks the pilot light's still on and forgot to turn the heater off.
Andy
and
Kindler
forgot to
is our
stab
guest. Sorry.
the person.
Andy Kindler is our guest. Andy's a very fine comedian. Also, you started as a musician in a band. What
I
was
may end up as a strolling musician of some type.
a busker?
A busker. I might be someone that goes, ha, 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 ha.
Maybe you could.
My God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's where I see in my future.
I see you combine the two and become Busker Keaton.
Busker Keaton? Or I could be in a lounge going, shut up in your face.
I love that one. What was the name? What was the name of your first band? Were you in high school? what was it?
Oh, I'll tell you something. I was in bands and they all had terrible names, but the worst band I was ever in, name-wise, was Transfusion.
Oh.
We thought we were going beyond fusion, but we couldn't even play. We couldn't even play fusion, and people thought we were a heavy metal band, so it just didn't fit. They would at one point, I tried to kibitz with the crowd. This is an actual true story that propelled me into comedy. I was kibitzing with the crowd because the music wasn't going over, and the club owner passed up a note to me and said, "Cut the chatter." Transfusion.
What were some of the other band names?
This is even worse, maybe. The Visitors.
Oh.
We're not the home team.
No.
Not at all. Well, coming up in the top of the first, here's one from Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Who doesn't love the Visitors?
Who doesn't love the Visitors? And don't get too attached to us.
Yeah, you're not staying.
We're not the home team.
Now, Andy, I know you play guitar. Did you sing in the band?
Oh, you know it. You can tell. You can't tell from that. I did sing. But I always felt bad about my voice, maybe because of the constant jeering from others.
I see, yeah.
I grew up loving Bob Dylan's voice, so I liked Bob Dylan type voices, and so.
Aren't you a little high for Bob Dylan? I mean, you're more of you're more of a Frankie Valli, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a
Lou Christie.
Now, were you a cover band? Did you do other people's tunes?
Oh yes, we did cover band. We did more Huey Lewis than Huey Lewis did. Okay? we were doing his B-sides.
So
She gives me heart and soul. Well, how about this obscure Huey Lewis?
During the quarantine, have you serenaded your wife at all?
Oh.
Yes, I have I like to call it subjected her.
Oh, okay.
Like a victim. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's weird. When I first started comedy, I was afraid to tell people that I played I take the guitar on the road, and they would go, "Oh no, what are you gonna do? Song parodies?" So I was like, I started during a weird time period in comedy and music. And now I put it all together, and I don't do well in either field.
Do you have a special song?
Everyone knows I'm a big star over there, right?
Yes,
It's a joke.
Absolutely.
It's a joke.
I saw you on a repeat of Raymond just the other day.
Oh, every time I still have a little cha-ching going.
Yeah.
And you're Mort the Mortician and Bob's Burgers?
That's an even higher paycheck. This is not how a person. I'm not a credit to the Jews. This is not a credit to the Jews. Yes, that's true. And I'm on Bob's Burgers, and then both shows were great. But Bob's Burger has a better residual structure.
All right.
Oh, well, that's.
I'll be back with more Jews in show business.
When did that start?
When did that start? I mean, I would, you know what they always say, cast Yiddish. No, they say right Yiddish, cast British. I don't know. I wasn't around during that time.
Okay, good. That's good to know. And before we go, I thought we would maybe have Christy share a news story with you. Christy, do you have the one about people passing time with bird watching?
Sure do.
I think this might be something for you to go do
Will
in
it
Los
be up
Angeles.
my alley?
I
Might
think so.
be. Are you a bird
give this a
lover?
listen. See what you find out here.
Bird watching has been soaring in popularity thanks to the coronavirus. Downloads of the National Audubon Society's bird identification app in March and April doubled over the same period last year.
Well, 0 to 2 would be.
No.
Marketing data also shows overall sales in the birding category. Items like bird feeders, nesting boxes, and bird seed have risen significantly this spring. I'm guilty of this, I have to tell you.
Yeah, I just put up a new bird
I
feeder.
did too, and I love my hummingbirds are back.
And
I'm
Chick,
so excited.
you're tweeting. So.
Yeah, that counts, I think. Yeah.
You ever see the Twitter? It's a little bird. That's right, a little bird.
I love the robins.
These are metaphors. It's Metaphor Tuesday.
Robins actually take baths in bird baths. Who knew?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like watching a bird take a bath. It's
they scrub.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
they do.
they get under their
scrub.
wings
They
and-
raise their wings and
Sure. Yeah.
We have more birds at night out here. I mean, I don't want to come on with actual information, but we have birds singing at night, and I haven't heard in years. And I think there's a reason for it, but I fell asleep reading the article. But something about it's either the nightingales or it's something. But a lot of people have been remarking about it all the way to Encino. I've heard.
Wow.
Yeah, well, there's probably there's something to do with what? Fewer cars on the road or
Quieter
something?
time.
I thought so.
Quiet. Yeah, I don't know. It was the same article about how to watch your grass grow. I remember reading.
You remember that? Remember that paint drying series that I was on?
Yes, that was excellent.
Where I actually watched paint dry.
Yeah,
It was pretty
I saw a
good.
repeat
Pretty
last
good.
week.
Yeah, it was Kindler's List.
Why didn't that?
Kindler's List is what he said, Andy. I don't know. If you caught that.
I know.
It's
You should have been around me when Schindler's List came out with a fuselage.
Well, Andy, it's always a great pleasure. Hang in there. You know, I know that your wife is an excellent photographer.
She does, and I have a new CD coming out Friday.
Oh, what's it called?
A picture of me. It's called Hence the Humor.
All right.
Hence the humor.
Hence the Humor on Friday, and the picture that you'll see is taken by my wife. It's all in the family here.
Yeah.
It is romantic. I'm nothing if not romantic and sweaty on my upper lip.
Are you wearing your glasses in the picture?
Yes, that's my hook.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who can see.
But you've got the Vitalis pompadour.
I really, the whitehead is obviously not dead in my area. I don't know what I'm going to do. Eventually, I'm going to have to see. I could be fascinated just doing this for 4 hours.
Pumping it. It does look nice.
It's opposite what I see in the monitor. But at one point, I'm going to have to get a cut or something. But I don't want anybody touching me in any way, shape, or form. No touching.
Okay. Well, what about Kate? Your wife cut your hair?
That we know will happen. But I'm talking about most people don't want to cut somebody else's hair, even if they're related to them.
Yeah,
Probably
okay.
if they are related. Then
it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
My dad did it when I was a little kid. He goes, I swear to God, he goes, let me get it out of your eyes. And then he cut my hair, and I had a Mia Farrow going for a month.
Oh, okay.
Those French short bangs.
Yes.
Okay,
Chick
Andy.
looked saddened. Chick looked saddened by that story.
You bummed me out a little bit.
Now, I got a note here. Was Andy's band named Transfusion?
Yes, it was.
Because your music was described as anemic. That is a mean listener.
That's accurate. I can't argue with that.
Okay, that's just mean.
Yeah.
Okay, Andy, thanks so much. Andy,
Thanks. I love you guys.
And
We love you,
the
Andy.
album's coming out soon, and it's called
Friday, hence the humor.
Hence.
You can download it. You don't have to know it's socially distanced.
Okay.
You can't buy
That's
a physical copy.
Hence the humor, ergo the laughs.
Exactly.
That's the
I should
B
have
side.
gone with that tag.
Okay, thanks, Andy.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
This is true, though, about the birds.
Yeah.
By the way, that
I love
people
them.
Totally believe that.
Christy and I are bird nerds. We
we've
talk about seeing birds all the time.
Yes, we do.
And I sent you the picture of my neighbor.
Oh, I loved it.
Of the eagle.
And I have a lot of friends that are seeing Orioles for the first time in this part of the country, which is very
Central U.S., I think.
Yes.
Okay, well, right now.
Did you know they eat jelly?
What?
Orioles? Orioles eat oranges and jelly. Orange jelly. Yeah, grape jelly. I'm not making this up.
They don't eat real butter. I knew that. They like it.
Is this some
Oleo.
kind of...
They're Oleo
Oreos, of course.
And Oreos. They like Oleo on Oreos, the Orioles do.
Okay, wait a second. Can you consolidate this into a punchline? Go.
Yes, I can. I saw an Oriole in my backyard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was Cal Ripken Jr.
That's right.
How's that?
Jim Palmer.
Where did these people come from?
Jim Palmer. They can't be in her bone. They're not social distancing.
If you're hearing this in the bedroom, maybe it's time that you got things tuned up. How about that?
Grab a hold of that hog.
Yeah, if you've lost your mojo, you know what I'm talking about. This is an interesting time we live in because various pharmaceuticals have been developed that will help with that, and perhaps you're a candidate for them. How do you find out? Well, you don't want to go to your family doctor right now, but you can do the whole thing online with a real doctor who can prescribe the real medications, things like Viagra, et cetera, et cetera. It's simple and totally discreet with Roman, R-O-M-A-N. What you do is you go to GetRoman.com/wood, complete that online visit. What is that going to cost you, Josh?
It's free.
It's free. And then if the physician determines that this would be a good treatment for you, well, guess what? You can get it right away. In fact, they have free 2-day shipping. How much does that cost, Josh?
That's free, the 2-day shipping.
Hence the word free. Just go to GetRoman.com/wood, complete the online visit. You get connected with the doctor, and hey, get part of your life back. Once again, you go to GetRoman.com/wood, free online visit, free 2-day shipping. That's GetRoman.com/wood for that free visit to get started. Once again, you get part of your life back. It's tough to talk about, but now you can do it and get the whole thing done real quick. GetRoman.com/wood. When we come back, we'll do a little bit of a check in the world of history and then some. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@BobandTom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, if you missed today's show, we'll have an afternoon double play for you coming up this afternoon. Our repeat at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll replay today's show back-to-back, hosted by Christopher, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. Don Shula by wins and losses. No NFL coach did better. Miami Dolphin team officials say Coach Shula died at his home yesterday. He was 90 years old. He led the Dolphins to the only perfect season in NFL history and set a league record with 347 wins and coached in 6 Super Bowls. And the NFL is moving its 5 games scheduled for London and Mexico City this season back to United States stadiums because of the virus. All 5 regular season games will be played at the stadiums of the host teams. Scheduled were 2 home games for Jacksonville at Wembley and 2 at Tottenham's facility. Falcons and Dolphins will be the hosts. And South Korea's Professional Baseball League is starting its new season without fans in the stands. The Pro Soccer League will kick off under similar conditions on Friday. That's because the country reported its lowest daily increase in virus cases since February 18th. And live golf will return to television later this month. Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson headline a $3 million charity match on May 17th. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
There was a time when I sang my songs alone.
But now it's different. A change has come along.
I never had much except my words and melodies.
And now it's time to share your song with me.
I lost half this song in my divorce.
Now every other line is mine.
I didn't want to, but the judge said there's no choice.
It's no big loss, 'cause this song stinks just like your voice.
What do you know about music? You tone-deaf little
Sir, let me caution you that slanderous or defamatory comments could result in the forfeiture of all of your rights to this song, as well as the rights of your heirs and any other person or persons to whom you convey said rights in perpetuity.
That's my lawyer. He got a piece of this song, too.
Yes, I'm her lawyer. I got a piece of this song, too.
Hi, this is Rodney Carrington, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio. Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life, so when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut! I didn't finish. We got it! That's a wrap. And cut! When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut! All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try it topless. Action!
Sean Morey is here with us. Sean, nice to see you.
I get annoyed by certain things. You know, people who use the word friggin'.
Friggin'?
What the hell is that? Make a stand. Either say the F word or say golly gosh darn.
Right.
What does friggin' mean anyway? I'm almost mad enough to cuss. Don't push me. I'll say friggin'. I don't give a shooby dooby. I heard a funny word the other day. Cripes.
Cripes?
Some guy said, for cripe's sake. Who would that be? Jesus Cripes? The son of Gosh?
All right. 9:45 at Q95 is the Bob and Tom Show.
I'm a huge Kingsford fan. Oh yeah.
You're the charcoal king.
I love charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where was I? Oh, I know. Christy Lee's right over there, and she's got a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Showers off and on today, high 50. Cloudy tonight, down to 36. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine on Wednesday, high 60. We've pretty much reached our high. I think we're going to stay in the 40s now. It's 47. I know. Sorry.
Now, is it true that in honor of what would be fun action at the track, it's going to rain this weekend just because?
No.
Or maybe it'll be the other way around.
Well, like last weekend on Saturday when it would have been the mini marathon, it was perfect weather. When was the last time that had happened?
Okay, enough. I'm sorry I brought her up. Okay, where was I? Oh, I'll be listing. Crystal's going to have some serious money at stake coming up here on Q95. Also, don't forget to ask that device over there to play Q95 on iHeartRadio. It's very simple.
What, a toaster?
That device is very smart. Is that a toaster? Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. So, the streak continues. Josh is over there.
Having a ball.
Just racking them up.
Man, where he is, he's getting big laugh.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that is. Let's see. Jess Hooker's over there. I can see her on the TV screen. She's at her headquarters. As is Pat Godwin. Hey, Pat.
Hi.
Enjoyed those songs this morning. Perhaps
you.
maybe we should revisit one of those in a second. Let's see now. There's a Chick McGee across the way at the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk. Ask for Crazy Cock Wine at your favorite liquor store.
It is something. Isn't it crazy?
That's nutty. Christy Lee's at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Proud to serve.
And that phone is the track phone hotline. I can see it from there. There's Ace. I'm Tom. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Just was sent this.
What?
This is one of those things that's floating around the internet right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a letter.
Oh.
It says, my farmer friend used his stimulus to buy baby chicks.
Okay.
He got his money for nothing and his chicks for free.
Well, you can't really play all of this. So.
They had to edit that out, didn't they?
That little farmer.
Oh, okay. That little farmer.
A little farmer.
Where was I? A special request here. This is going out to a essential worker. This is kind of obscure. This is Tom Mabe, who makes all kinds of interesting phone calls. And when he answers the phone, be careful. You never know what's going to happen. Well, you'll see what happens here.
Hello? Yes, can I speak with Tom Mabe? Who's calling? Well, this is Mike with You've been selected to receive a complete digital satellite system for free. With this, you're going to... let me ask you something. Did you know Tom Mabe? Were you a friend of his? No, I'm not. I'm just calling to... hold that thought. Hold on 1 second, all right? Hey, guys, get really good pictures of the body. Yeah, and dust everything down for prints. Mike, you there? Yeah. Let me bring you up to speed. You've actually called a murder scene. Mr. Mabe is no longer with us. I'm Officer Clark. I'm conducting a homicide investigation. I want to ask you a series of questions. First of all, what was the nature of the business you had with Tom Mabe? I had no business with him. I'm sorry to bother. No, hey, hold on. Look, I want to ask you to stay on the phone. This call's already been traced, and we may need you to come in for further questioning. You don't understand. I'm just calling on... No, look, you don't understand. Unless you want to be charged with obstruction of justice, it's imperative you keep your ass on the phone, Mike. Well, how about you just talk with my supervisor then? No, look, we'll get your supervisor in a second here. First of all, give me your whereabouts. I'm at work. You're at work? Yes. You being a smartass? No, sir. Let me put it to you this way, Mike. Say I wanted to mail your ass a letter. What would I have to write on the outside of that envelope to ensure the mailman would deliver it right to your ass? Geographically speaking, Mike, where is work? 40 West Littleton, Colorado. Now, hold on. That's cool. Yes, sir. Mike, hold on 1 second, all right? Yeah. Get the Little Police Department Homicide Division on the phone. Yeah, give him this information. Tell him he's being sought in connection with a fatal shooting and aggravated robbery. How did you know Mr. Mabe again? Well, wait, you're calling the Littleton Police Department? I'm hundreds of miles away. I don't even know the guy. I'm in Colorado. Don't let that scare you. That's just a formality. I mean, have you ever been to his place of residence? No. All right, and tell me again, where were you last night between the hours of 8 and 10? I'm not feeling real comfortable about any of this. Have you even ever spoken with Mr. Mabe, Mike? No, I haven't. I don't even know the guy. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Okay. Calm down. Hold on. Look, just back up. I got one more question for you, Mike. As you well know, I'm sure, Mr. Mabe was a flaming homosexual. There's no easy way of asking that. I don't want to embarrass you or nothing, but were you his gay lover? What? No. What the hell kind of a question? Look. If gay's your way, that's okay. I still know there's a lot of you gay people in that closet. I'm not saying I haven't thought about myself. You know? Say I was in Las Vegas or something, by a couple drinks. Cute little Mexican midget. Sam Barrow.
Sam Barrero. Hello. That's Tom Mabe, the fabulous murder scene. Thank you very much, Tom. By special request going out to James. We'll try to squeeze more requests in. By all means, tomorrow, get us your info. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Yes, sir.
Time now for things we learned on Bob and Tom Show. Brought to you by Grainger, keeping your facility run for 90 years. That's Grainger. Whatever you need, whenever you need it, Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We didn't learn a lot about history today.
Nope.
Kind of missed it.
Don't know much about history.
Don't know geography?
No.
It's unbelievable.
Don't know much about science book.
What the hell is that, Sam?
Don't know much about the French I took. That's kind of one of the weaker lyrics in that. Okay, well, let's see now. Did you know that on this date in 1941, Coco Chanel released Chanel No. 5?
Whoa, it's still around.
Yeah, but you should have smelled 1 through 4. P.U.
Chanel No. 2 was brutal.
It is.
She thought it didn't stink.
That's where the term number 2 came from?
Of course, yeah. Let's see. We have a new feature on the Bob and Tom Show we learned about today.
What's that?
It's called Letters to Chick McGee.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that theme song, Pat?
Dear Chick, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure, I remember.
Yeah, he sure remember.
Dear Chick, get the guitar quick. He'll do the trick with his dear Chick.
Very good.
There you go.
That was close.
Very close.
Chevy Volt.
Let's see. We had the capability of putting different backgrounds in those of us that are visiting us on Zoom. And in the case of Pat Godwin, we were able to make it a southern jail cell with a couple of massage tables. That was quite funny. Let's see. Christy Lee had a news story about the slow down the delivery, the Kent countryside.
Yes.
And you managed to get it out without stumbling over that. The phrase "How about ya?" really not catching on.
How about you?
I think you're wrong.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Everybody loves How About
Really
You.
not catching on.
Andy Kindler and the band Transfusion played a lot of Huey Lewis. In fact, they played songs Huey Lewis never even played. His
More
music.
than Huey, actually.
Yeah. And his other band, remember the name? The Visitors.
Visitors.
Yeah, not the home team, but the Visitors. And let's see, people are doing a lot of bird watching apparently. Josh never attended a toga party.
No.
Maybe when this is all clear, we'll have a toga party for you.
All right.
And Jess Hooker informed us, yes, if you go to a toga party, wear panties.
Yeah.
Didn't really expand on that, but I believe.
Rule number 1.
Okay, good. Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.